people. Howdy, howdy. This here is the all-around natural beauty coming to you with a live video. There we go. All right. Hello. Oh, wow. How y'all doing out there? Thank you so much for being patient and waiting for me. There was, some breaking news that came up, and I had to make some changes in what we're going to talk about tonight there. So I appreciate y'all for being patient with me. I didn't want to do it, but you have to address things. Sometimes you have to address the thing head on. So I'm super excited to be here. Ooh, it's a lot of folks up in here too. Y'all been talking in the comments here, and I'd just like to thank y'all. Welcome to All Around Natural Beauty RN Live, where we have been coming together in the name of Justice for Shanquella Robinson, and we have been growing this community here with love and support for all of our fellow victims and learning how to become survivors. Ooh, look at here. All right, new names here. Leslie Bean says, hey, everyone, hope you all had a blessed Christmas. Thank you and welcome to the chat here. Hey, Jess Talks, what's going on? Welcome. Good to see the people out tonight. And Tavia, all right, nice to see you here. I thought she said 9:15. Yeah, I did. I had a whole other plan, but then some things changed, and so I had to make some adjustments. Y'all saw the title changed, the thumbnail changed, and all that stuff. So I had to do a little bit of pivoting, and I hope you all will charge it to my heart and not the game here. And Jess Talk says, thank you for my wrench. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. Yes, so we're going to be doing a lot of new stuff tonight. I'm going to go over a lot of these terms and stuff like that. So we're, building our chat here, and we want to make sure that we're continuing to offer a safe, respectable place where we can meet together and, express ourselves in a respectable way, right? Because we don't do any of this negative energy and all that good stuff, right? So we're always talking about. Max says, good evening at RN Chat. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for coming. All right. Hey, lovely Lee. Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Exactly. Thank y'all so much for continuing on. So we're here putting the word out for Justice for Shanquella. Hey, the Journey to Justice, what's going on? Welcome back. Says, good evening, everybody in the chat. Y'all, thank y'all so much. All right, hey, what's going on, Tanya? All right, and Tanya says, who else is tired of all this misinformation this Mexican reporter is spreading besides me? That's exactly why I had to stop and pivot and change this here show, because it's driving me crazy too that they are putting out all this propaganda, and people are just chasing these stories, making it up like this is some kind of game. There used to be a game back when I was a young person called Clue, right? And it's like what they're doing here, and it's now all of a sudden all these new details and stuff. So it is. I totally agree with you. And she says, his latest report makes no sense and contradicts what was said before. Exactly. So what I plan to do is I want to play one of the old videos, one of the first videos, that happened like, 3 or 4 weeks ago, when the evidence, when everything was pure, just strictly pure, before all of these, mystery second videos, and then the third video. A couple weeks ago, it was a second video, a third video. Now we got Shanquella dressed with clothes, and she didn't move from the living room to the dining room, back to the bathroom. She's been draped over the toilet. She's been sitting at the kitchen table, all this baloney information. And these people are expecting us to forget that we saw the video. They want you to forget what your eyes have shown you and believe some hearsay with no proof. So yes, Tanya Carter, I feel exactly the same way you do. Yes. Tanya Carter says, who else is tired of all this misinformation this Mexican reporter is spreading besides me? His latest report makes no sense and contradicts what was said before. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. And Max says, Tanya Carter, facts. I've been saying it the past couple of lives. Geraldo got all them Western Union money wires just before Thanksgiving, and we haven't heard from him since. Yeah, yeah, it's been some fishy business going on around here, and a lot of people are what y'all told me last, clout chasing. I'm also gonna play that part of the video when Martin got up here and said that there are some YouTubers out there that are, cloud chasing and doing all kind of stuff, just trying to get views and stuff like that, spreading all these baloney stories and stuff. And y'all know, for those of you who don't know me, I'm 52 years old and I got over 30 years of nursing experience. I'm the mother of 3, 2 XY chromosomes and 1 XX. A girl and a boy. For those of you who want to try to play all these other games like that, we don't do delusional thinking over here. We don't do that. So when y'all try to come up here and put all these baloney stories up in our face, we're going to dispute it, because it's over here, it's math and science. And if it don't add up and it's not science, we ain't accepting it. Y'all don't have to listen to this stuff. Don't accept it. You saw the video. That's what we're going on. Facts. All right, here. All right. And Just Talk says, in Mac, right, I definitely haven't heard from him in a while. Yeah. Let's see. That money is probably gone by now. He'll pop up soon talking about he had to go deep undercover. Well, I know, huh? Right? It's supposed to be, according to one of these YouTubers, supposed to be some pics and some facts and some proof at 5 o'clock tomorrow. I mean, this is ridiculous. People are giving these. I mean, come on now. This is just wrong in so many ways. Courtney says, good question, baby sis. Okay, I must have missed baby sis. Baby sis, what baby sis say? I wonder if RN is saying Central Time. Yeah, Central Time. It doesn't show up. It should show up on y'all's, the time, right? It don't show up the time for your area. Yeah, so it was Central Time. Sorry, y'all. But anyway, I was late because, like I said, I changed everything up. This is new energy, new feelings here. All right. Welcome, JP6. Let's see here. Hey, Pam. Welcome. He is still reporting on this case. He did not accept the Cash App funds. People have reported that he did not accept their attempts to send funds. He didn't set up that Cash App. TLA set it up. Yeah. And then this, we ain't even talking about, I don't even know how we got talking about, I guess because people are reporting from what they heard from him. But thank you, Pam, for standing up for him in the Cash Apps too. Let's see here. Tanya Carter says, and the sheriff department does not send out, they only serve them. So it had to come a judge or attorney, which means a paper trail. This does not have the U.S. operate. This is not how the U.S. operate, maybe. All right, let's see here. Whoo. See, MMAX says, Tanya Carter, he's an interesting figure. If there are corrupt police and doctors in Mexico, surely there are corrupt reporters. Yeah, we know the country is corrupt. We are corrupt up in there. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Some more new names here. What's up, Roderick? Greetings and happy holidays. Thank you, Roderick. All right. Hey. What's going on, Just Jay? Hey, all around Natural Beauty RN. Hello. Hey, y'all. How is everybody doing tonight? All right. We kept coming up in here real nice and early too. What's up, Nerda? Nerda says, y'all up in here chatting. All right. And Ernie says, justice for Shanquella. Yes, and that's what this is all about, y'all. We have to stay focused on that and not get distracted with these, Bigfoot sightings. You know what I mean? All right, so let's just stick to the facts. and all that good stuff here. And Venetia Ghost says, hey everyone, so I was thinking back and these so-called friends came up with alcohol poisoning because of the amount of people who died in 2018 and 20 from alcohol poisoning in Mexico. And then too, you know what we discovered, Venetia? That Mexico gives that diagnosis to multiple people, and that they have a problem with femicide. They have a really big problem with it, and that, you know, so it just goes to show how they were using this cookie cutter excuse about the alcohol poisoning. This was already a planned excuse because they've been running this game. It's like a scam. It's like, you know, how they go get those secret BBLs, right? You know, from the other countries, get this little counterfeit stuff. But yeah, so yeah, think about it. Think about it. All right. Hey, Ebony says, hey, all around natural beauty. Love your outfit. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Love says, girl, someone by the name of Tales from the Coast is talking bad about Shanquella's sister. She have a video called Shanquella Evil Stepsister. Show her true colors, why people so evil. Wow. Interesting. What's up, Jody? Says, you're welcome, narrator. All right, y'all got some. All right, projections of sassiness. All right, well, hello there and welcome. Says, I'm tired of it too. Justice for that beautiful angel. Yes. And that's what we are here for. We want to stay focused so we don't get distracted with fighting over these details that don't even make sense. They're just made up imaginary stuff, right? And then in the meantime, we're losing sight of what we're supposed to be here for. That's standing for justice for Shanquella. Because we believe that if we get justice for Shanquella, that's going to open the door for us to go back and get justice for the femicides behind and to decrease the number of femicides for the future. Y'all, we have a real serious problem here. We do. It's very little value placed on women's lives. Women are being unalived all around the world at alarming rates, and nothing's happening to them. We learned that Mexico lets 97%, they don't even touch them. They don't even detain them. They don't even check them out. They do nothing for their own people. All right, y'all. Hey, Ty Lieber, what's going on? Ty Lieber says, welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty Art in Live. Thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Yes, y'all, please hit that like button on your way up in here. Thank you so much here. Hey, Snooky, what's going on? How you all? All right. And Sonia, all right. Y'all welcome. I'm welcome. Thank y'all, all the new people. Baby Sis says, I'm looking for the truth as well. And I need to know who has the proof. Until then, I can't sort this out. I can only work with common sense and what I see. Exactly. And that is the proof, right? We've all seen the video. We've seen the video. We know how it ends. So all this talk about all this other make-up stuff and these make-believe fairy tales, the sighting of the unicorn. No, sorry. No. Let's see. Right. Fake news. Exactly. You're right, sister. Exactly. Thank y'all. Exactly. Let's see. Luz says, all we want is justice for Shanquella. That needs to rest in peace. Exactly. Darn, who can we trust now? We can trust our eyes. You know what you saw? So they can't come to you and tell you that there's another video where someone else picked Shanquella up from the floor by the neck and body slammed her. When her head was knocked off of her head, we saw that. Where did they grab? How you picking somebody up off the floor with the neck when the neck is broken, it's off? The head is off. There's no picking up from here. Those are lies, y'all. Lies. And how you gonna stuff a broken up, contorted body off into some biker shorts? Man, y'all, I don't even, come on. No, 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 no. And how all of a sudden now, weeks after, months after the incident, we getting all this new information. That's how y'all know it's lies, y'all. When they start giving you all these details, these new details, this new story, when all we need, all we have to see is the video. That's it. The rest of this is baloney. It's a dry bologna sandwich. Let's see here. All right, Leslie Bean says they are making a mockery out of this case. FBI haven't said anything about this case. They even got a blogger bashing the family about PPP loans. It's sickening. What? And that's why, that's why I'm upset today too, because this doesn't make sense that people are doing this. This is sad. This is sad. This is sad. You know, it's really sad. It's really sad. Narrator says, show your support, thumbs up, like and subscribe. You know, people to do this, just exploiting off of this situation is super disgusting. And projections of sadness says, sassiness, excuse me. I heard about the new pics dropping. Now, where these came from? Exactly. And how come we only hear about these pics? Like we only heard about, we've been hearing about this second and third video for weeks. Where is it? Where is the video? Where's the video? Susan says, laugh out loud. Y'all know his paper just put out another article, right? No, we didn't get that. I'm sure that, I guess some other people said, Your Highness, hey, I like that name. Very nice. Says, what about the lady said she has a side that says there's two people talking to the authorities and there's proof that these people put biker shorts and a t-shirt on Shanquella Robinson. Okay, so the reason why I'm just saying that is, baloney is because, all right, so now these are all new details, right? So how come we're just finding out about it now, right? We can go on that route. Then, even if they told us this weeks ago or months ago, right? Just like I said, when a body is paralyzed, it's not easy. And I'm not saying that physically that, a group of people don't have the strength to pick up, a deceased body or a paralyzed body. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the training behind how to maneuver to put the body in there and how to do an injured, broken up body, right? We can't just lift her up because her back is broken. Do you know what's going to happen if you try to lift up somebody with a broken back? They're going to buckle, right? It's no fun. Do you think that they had the mindset to be able to handle a badly injured, a badly traumatized body and then pull on clothes and change clothes and do all this to move the body around? No. They're trying to put that out there so you can get distracted from the truth. The truth is we saw Shanquella being attacked by the person that they're saying is Dejanay. It's a grainy video, but they've said that the person in the video being attacked is Shanquella and the person doing the attacking is Dejanay. So that's what we do know, and we saw what happened. We saw the death blow being administered. We know that after receiving that injury, the life expectancy is 15 minutes. So all the rest of the stuff after that are lies, y'all. These are lies. These are lies. So no, nobody put on no biker shorts. Ain't nobody put on no t-shirt. No, ain't nobody put no t-shirt on no body with the head hanging off. Ain't nobody that, your stomach ain't that tough. You ain't about that life. So quit lying. Quit lying. Baby Sis says, no need to apologize, Iron. We are here for justice for Shanquella. That's all. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Over here, it's math and science. We don't do no delusional thinking. TLA helped him set it up. Okay. All right. Over 150 people in the chat. Ooh, y'all out tonight, huh? And 20 likes. Oh, yeah, we need to get the likes up. And see, Pandora Aura, welcome. All right. It says, hope and pray this 6 demons get charged with the murder of Shanquella Robinson. It's so sad that the case is going slow. Yeah, we have to be patient, y'all, because what we do know, okay, so I'm pretty sure if most of us are accepting Nancy Grace as being somebody who's official and, you know, a credible person who is reporting on this case, right? So we only heard from her twice, and I'm agreeing to, you know, believe the update that she is given. And then too, the information that we received in the very beginning when this was fresh and new, that is more likely to be the truth than these new Bigfoot sightings, y'all. Okay, so just think about it like that. The more time, the more the lie develops. Hey V, what's going on? It says, hello everyone and happy holidays. Thank you, V. Welcome. New name there. Makes you think how many other cases should be looked into. Exactly, y'all. You know, we the one video from Sleuthy Lucy that pointed out, like, there was, like, you know, 6 other incidents, and they used the same generic cookie cutter alcohol intoxication. So this is a thing, right? They have a system, right? They have a system that they just, you know, this is common for them. It's not, you know, no big to do, because this is what they do over there. This is common for them, y'all. This is what they do. All right, let me just keep it moving here. Say, hello, all. I just can't wait till the Cabo 6 are handcuffed. Yes, we here are hoping, you know, that they've broken some laws here in America where we can get them here, because we know that Mexico, you know, they don't prosecute their own people. They have their own problems there with their own women, you know, femicide there. And they have their issues with their own women, and they're not doing anything to their men who are unaliving their women. So I don't think that they would be doing anything to no Black American men who unalived, or women, Black American people who unalived the Black American woman. I don't see them doing anything about it. And see, and Padera says, Tales from the Coat is terrible. She's drowning the whole family. What? I don't think we've seen any of their this Coates person's video. This is super sad that people are doing that. However, when Martin came up here, he did say something about these clout chasers, or people, these YouTubers that's, you know, just doing it for I guess views or something like that. I'm building the community over here, y'all, and you know, we are doing this together and stuff like that. And like I said, we are about the truth. And James Tippins, hey, where you been, James? James says, come to Christ and be saved. Let's see here. Let's see, Hunter. Hey, Hunter, what's going on? It really sad that these people are talking bad about the sister and mother, and even her father. I know, that's just despicable. Despicable. And that's how you know not to listen to these people, right? Because they have their own agenda. I saw her speaking trash about her sister's family. It was gross. Baby Sis says, I'm so glad I know which channel to avoid on this case. I've seen quite a few channels spitting out all kinds of false information and speaking recklessly against Shanquella's family. It's just foul. You know what? Okay, that's why, you know, yeah. That's cool then. So y'all don't need to see nobody, you know, spitting out lies. I don't know. Like, part of me don't even want to play these people's videos with the lies, because I don't even want to be attached to it. So put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to see these, these. I don't think so. And then put a 2 in there if y'all want to go back so we can stay focused and I can play some videos, that we got real facts from and we can analyze and break down those. But all this chasing these stories about, I'm going to tell you why. I already told y'all why I don't believe they put her in no biker shorts and all that stuff. I'm going to play the video. I'm playing the videos with the facts and proofs. I'm not going to even support these people's delusional thinking. Okay, so we got some, we got 2s and 1s. Now I forgot, what did I say? One, what did 1 represent? 1 represents just the facts, ma'am. So I forgot what the poll was, y'all. So the 1 means y'all what? Don't want to see? Help me out here. Please say here with y'all. Facts only. Okay, facts only. That's what I'm seeing here. Facts only. Okay, so I'm going with the 1s. There we go. More 1s. Silver Reed said 2. Let's see. Mary said 1. 1 is the lies. 1 is the lies. Oh, okay. So facts only. We're going to have to do another one. See here. We could all be on one accord here. Okay. So let's see here. Tanya said, and how in the world can Mexico reporters have information from North Carolina Sheriff's Department, but reporters in the U.S. don't? It's sickening. We might see Photoshop pics her, or he will say they will come later. Yeah, I know, because I heard one person said that this proof and these pics were supposed to be today, and now they say come back tomorrow, right? So yeah, I feel like we don't need to do that stuff here. Thank you so much, RN. If you're here, I'm here too. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, so what I really want to do is I want to go back and play the part when Martin caught up here, because this kind of information, this kind of stuff is new for me too. Like I wasn't aware of this whole clout chasing type stuff, or why people would go and, spread these, rumors like that. Why do that? That's just so, I don't know. I just don't think it's a good thing to do. It's distasteful. Baby sis says, Shayla, Marina, I think they all ran out in a panic as soon as they realized that Shanquella was mortally wounded. I think the 6 of them was total cowards. Yeah. And then 2, think back on the one video. As soon as it was done and they saw her, how she was sat down in that position, get up. She's like demanding, get up, please get up, because this looks weird. Like, please show me that you can get up. She started demanding for her to get up, do something, move. Because like I said, once that neck was broke and everything went silent and stiff like that, I know for sure, I'm pretty positive that they were scared. That's not a fun feeling to be with somebody when they're, when they expire and transition, and then to do things with the body afterwards too, and especially like it's all broken up. No way. Like I said, I used to work when I was working in the ICU, the critical care, and we had this one patient. I had one patient that was in a motor vehicle accident. He was ejected from the car, hit a tree, head was smashed. So he was brain dead. So he was like an organ center's dream, because everything in his chest area was intact. So he had lungs, heart, kidneys, liver. He had the works. So it was all in order. Then he had the brain damage. So, you could totally, want to harvest all that stuff. Anyway, so his head being smashed and brain matter oozing out the ear was not, that's not like a everyday occurrence. So I felt at the time, I was just filled with this curiosity that I wanted to go in there and feel the smashed head, see what that was about. y'all. It was not fun. I wish I had never touched that smashed head. Like, it took me years to get that out of my head. So all I'm saying is that if I had been nurtured all those years and seen some stuff, and the smashed head was enough to kind of make me feel icky, I don't think these people, is got the mindset to sit there and be dressing a body like that. I don't think so. And then there was this other time I almost dropped this guy. He was working in surgery, and he had been shot 11 times. 11 times. So he's got 11 bullet holes in him. And, we do the transfer. We work as a team. So it's 1, 2, 3, and you pull them over. So I had a part. I didn't know where all the bullet holes were. So when we went to go to grab to move, my finger went into a bullet hole, and it felt gross. Ah! I almost dropped him. That wasn't fun. So all I'm saying is that, yeah, physically they would have had the strength of enough people to be able to move a body around. But I'm saying, with the body buckling and all deformed and broken up, I don't see them having the guts to do it. They left that body where it landed, and we heard the maid or the interpreter say that that's where she was found at. So, okay. All right, let me get off this soapbox and start breaking down some rules here, reading off some stuff so we can start watching some of these videos. Baby Sis says, and in reality, I can sniff out the lies real easy. It's just common sense. This case is not that complicated. We already saw what happened. All that matters now is locking those clowns up. Exactly, Baby Sis. That's what I'm saying. We ain't got to be tripping on these people with all this baloney stuff. Let them clout chasers chase their little clout, because they gonna get what's coming to them, because the universe is gonna know if you got wicked intentions, and all this stuff that you doing is gonna come back to you. May you reap what you sow. And from that note, we here standing in the gap for justice for Shanquella, and that's what we doing here. We ain't letting these people back us down or get us sitting around here looking for a leprechaun. You see here, Pandora says, according to tales from the code, the FBI is taking a long time because PPP loans caught their eyes. She's saying that the FBI most likely would investigate their money before the murder. Tales is disgusting of how she's talking over a Facebook page that Shanquella's sister deleted. Delete all Shanquella's pictures, and she's still receiving GoFundMe money. Wow, people are disgusting. It's Shanty. Hello, it's Shanty, and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel. It says, do you believe Nazir arrived after the attack? Well, we did see his plane tickets. We saw a video from Hell of a Chick. She's got some good videos, and she showed the plane tickets, and I think someone else did too. So I believe that yes, he was there after, and that's probably was his alibi. That's why he felt comfortable telling a lie, because he really wasn't there, so he felt like he could just distance himself from it. Good question. Arsenio Allen says, everything is going to come to the light. Exactly. What is done in the dark most definitely will come to the light. That's just life. That's a fact of life, y'all. It's so true. And Baby Sis says, Dejanay's demands for Shanquella to get up, what tells me that they did not plan to end her life. They only plan to humiliate her in the worst way they could think of. I had thought that at first, but because of the viciousness of it, I don't think they planned it was going to happen so fast. But if they weren't planning to, delete her, I don't see how they felt they were going to, how are you going to come back? Like, you don't think she was going to, tell on you? Like, were you going to, what? We're just going to shake hands and be friends afterwards? Like, I don't see how we were going to get past, this brutal beating. Like, I was going to, what? Say, oh, my bad. I guess, my, what? Like, so I don't know. And then two, because of all the evidence that shows Mexico's history with this, seems like, they had purchased, the get out of jail free card, and here's the, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know on that one really. I just feel, I feel. Sonia says, remember, these are young adults. They are not mentally tough. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think they dress the body. I don't think they move the body. I mean, like they didn't said um, the body was dressed and redressed and then moved and removed. They didn't did so many things to this body. It's not even funny. They did so many things, did so much, everything but put her on the plane and rode back with them. Shoot. Say, Fame says, desperate people do desperate things. I agree with you. And I was feeling that way too when I saw, some of the comments and, the stuff that people are doing. It's like, okay, well, you're getting your own views. Why are you over here trying to distract the rest of us? Like, let us do our thing here. Why are you trying to get us to believe your delusional thinking? If you want to believe in fairy tales, you're more than welcome to do that. But you don't have the right to impose that on us. Let's see here. Ty Lieber says, my father found his baby brother in a car wreck. When he sat him up from the steering wheel, his hand went into his chest. Yeah. Yeah. That's, that's something you don't forget. That's, thank you, Ty Lieber. I'm sorry for your father to have experienced that, So that's why I'm saying that they didn't, So I know these people are trying to go, yeah, but they had two men up in there and they were strong, they could do that. And Dejanay was a CNA and they got medical training, they could do the thing. Yeah. I'm not saying that it couldn't be done. I'm saying it's highly likely that they did do it because of the condition of the body. Like I said, it's a lot of nurses that couldn't work in surgery, right? It's a lot of nurses that couldn't work in the trauma center, right? There's a lot of nurses couldn't work in the emergency room. Like whenever I get sent there, I didn't like it. I don't like seeing them raw like that. But I'm just saying, so if it take a special person to be able to see it in a controlled situation and you feeling guilty and you trying to hide something, you ain't taking the time to be, you don't want to get caught trying to dress a body. You trying to spend as limited time with this body as possible. Y'all tripping. All right, let's see. Let me go and scoot on down here because I'm long stroking tonight. Hey, what's going on? Elgin 10 says, this was premeditated. That's how I feel too, because especially, when we see that Mexico, be getting down like this and that they have, the corruption and they already had this cookie cutter excuse already set out, right? So yeah, you can just go do your thing down there and, get away where you can pay for it. Buy your way out. Venetia says, the fact that they had the nerve to go lie to her mother's face, I feel like they could have dressed her to cover their tracks. Yeah, but like I'm saying, a body that was that damaged, when you think back on the video, y'all saw her head flopping down to her chest. According to the medical, report, the autopsy, the real one said, she head is decapitated, right? You know what that looks like? That's not a fun look to see somebody's head hanging off of their body, right? The only reason why you didn't, it didn't fall to the floor is because it's inside of the, skin still. Skin was intact. But I'm saying you ain't pulling no shirt over no head that's flopping all around and the back being broken, because you're not going to be prepared for when you go to grab and the body buckles because it's broken. The skeleton is broken. Her back was broken, back broken, right? So it's not going to be like you can just carry her. This thing is going to bend and she's going to fold up. They're going to drop her from the fear alone. What are you talking about? They ain't built for that. Jessica says, that's what I was saying. He had lived through all that. What happens next? How do you move past that? Exactly. I'm supposed to just say, okay, yeah, I had it coming. I ain't gonna go to the police, right? Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Hey, Olivia. Olivia says that's what my thoughts were. How she was going to live and not tell. So sad. Exactly. 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 Yeah. And we got you over here in Mexico. You ain't going nowhere. But he left with the others when they left there. They're all guilty. Yeah. Yeah. All of them. Baby Sis says that's the other reason I don't believe they intended for her to die. They all went straight home with no plan. The plan was that we just got away with unaliving somebody. We left her there in Mexico, right? Where a lot of people didn't left bodies. A lot of people didn't drop bodies down in Mexico. A lot of people. A lot of people don't have the money to get the bodies back. And I'm pretty sure that this Cabo 6 was counting on her family not having the resources to be able to bring her body back so they can see that damage and see that, they was telling them lies. Hey, Tamara. Tamara, the mortician. Oh, okay. As a mortician, I can tell you dressing a dead body is a challenging task. Exactly. And I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying that you just committed a unaliving. You really thinking that you not rushing, trying to hurry up and do something? You trying to hurry up and get something together? You ain't taking your time to dress nobody. And you not handling nobody that's all contorted and looking scary. You're not doing that. Because the first time when you try to put that leg in those pants and it's all weird and you can't figure out how to think about, you're going to panic. And you're going to just give up. You're going to, you ain't doing that. Thank you for letting the people know how challenging it is to dress a body. Tina said they probably thought by disabling her, it would put fear in her and them. What's up, Almond Eyes? Hey, y'all. Let me see here. Yeah, okay. All right. So let me see. I need to scoot on down here. All right. MX says, Arian, young folks find entertainment in posting fights on social media. It's not even about the aftermath. Oh, they went all that way to celebrate, and Quilla wanted to leave in less than 24 hours. Okay, yeah, we heard that one too. But Quilla's mother said that she was talking to her that night before, and Quilla would sound like she was having fun, talking about the chef is there about to make some tacos. So I don't know, Mac, where your receipts? And Tamara says, I barely even want to dress a person who has a mangled body. It's straight dead weight. Thank you. So I appreciate you for saying that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Say it loud at Tamara Mortician. Thank you, Nerda. All right. Y'all hear that? This is somebody, that's her work. That's what she do. Mexico is not the place to go. Amahai says, why at Arsenio? Okay. Let's see. Pandora says, Dejanay deserves any time she gets. She wasn't thinking about the newborn while doing that horrible act. All right. Thank you, Ty Libra. Keeping everybody up here. You see, DJ, what the cut says, Nazir was filled in on everything that happened before he left Mexico. He definitely a part of the Cabo 6 cover-up. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, I believe it was all planned out and he was just kind of sitting himself back so he could take a back seat on the whole thing and say, have an alibi already set up, right? I wasn't here yet, right? And we probably play his little fake little alibi too. Baby sis says in Mac, right, them fools called themselves making a World Star video, a World Star fight video, and got it all wrong. Then ran straight home to get caught. Duh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, y'all. I think we just having different thoughts on that over. Oh, look at here. What's up, AV to the seventh power with a super chat? Says hi. Says hit that like button. Nice work. Says thank you so much for your $4.99 super chat. AV to the seventh power. All right. And give us some instruction. Y'all heard the lady. Hit the like button. Let me see them likes move up. I don't see no movement. Come on now. Hit the like, y'all. All right. Thank you so much, AV. Appreciate your generosity there. And C. Reeve says, hello, Queen, Natural Beauty. I first thought about Nazir's background with the information coming out that he had assaulted a woman in the past. We did hear that too before. That maybe he assaulted Shanquella when he got there. But if he got there after Shanquella was already expired, then I don't see that. And we saw the assault, y'all. So all this talk about, there was a second video that Winter, picked her up by the neck and body slammed her. And then they stomped her. They all took turns doing all that stuff. I don't believe it because if there were other videos, then the one that we saw was the last. So if there was two videos, we saw the second one, right? Because we saw the person that they're saying is Dejanay administer the death blow. And we know that after receiving that injury, the lifespan is 15 minutes. So there's no way that anybody did any of these things. There was nothing else done after that. Facts. All right, let's see here. Hey, AV, got some people up in here. Shout out to the mastermind too. Say Olivia says, I think due to at MAC, I think after talking to mom, she may caught vibe. Whatever she may have said or did must have affected the minds or attitudes of the friends. This is why, to me, they all got mad. I'm gonna say that they was mad before that, because when you listen to like the video that they did of the dinner when they was drank, nobody, you didn't hear anybody except for Shanquella. Everybody else was quiet, solemn, like they were, they had this energy, like you could feel the energy there. I know I could. And I didn't hear no fun, no nothing. These people were, you could feel the energy. So yeah, I think that was already there. Look at here. All right. Bash Shanti Thompson, a $5 super sticker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And see here, saying something over here. A critical hit. Yes, the critical hit. Unfortunately, it's not doing this special feature on this here, but the super sticker is doing some animated stuff over there and said critical hit. Exactly. And that's what we saw. The person that they're saying is Dejanay administer. Yes. All right. Hey, Sierra says sad that she was there to have fun and enjoy herself, and they had other plans. Think about it after she passed. They went home. They were done doing what they were set out to do. Leave her for dead. Yes. Yeah. 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 Super sad. Super sad. All right. Courtney says, Patrick, I just looked for Shanquella's page on Facebook. It's nowhere to be found. Wow. All right. A few more, then we're going to get out. I need to show y'all these the terms, all the stuff that we can do up into this chat and stuff like that. So we make sure we're keeping this all safe. And say, Atisha Baker says they didn't stump her. I couldn't see Elisa stumping an ant unless my eyes fool me. She comes from a decent family. Yeah, and then not only that, when we saw her to be slung to the ground and saw the paralysis happen, dead weight, we've all, we're all in agreement. We saw the mortician say it. We nurses have said it. Dead weight is very heavy to move. So it's impossible that she would have been able to pick her up, they said, by the neck. And we saw that it was broken off. So there wouldn't have been nothing to handle. There was nothing here to grab. So there's no way, even if she had the strength to be able to do it, it's impossible. She wouldn't have had nothing to grab. It was already broken off. Dejanay had already, took that spot. She already did that. So no. These are all lies. All lies. You see, projection of sassiness says they was plotting while Krilla was having fun. Yep. Show looked like it. Show felt like it. And that's why I say, y'all, we need to learn how to stop, look, listen, and feel for vibes. You want to be able to feel when somebody is jealous of you. You want to be able to feel when somebody is not feeling you. You don't want to be awakened to nothing like this. And it's too late. And Max says, I believe the second video that everyone is referring to was actually the first fight that night. She ended up on the hammock. Someone called her mom saying they were fighting her. Who is? Now, when she was in the hammock, she looked peacefully asleep. It didn't look like she had been in the fight. So no. Tina says people do crazy things these days. I won't put nothing past none of them. This nasty like that because they didn't care about anything going on with Shanquella. So sad and horrifying. Justice for Shanquella. Yes. All right. So I'm gonna stop there because y'all, we still ain't even got our acts of faith and none of that. And we've been going on for almost an hour here. Or our first video, nothing like that too. Oh, we got some more new names here. Lovely Lee. Oh no, you've been here. I think they drugged her that night. And that's why she was in the hammock. Okay. We only saw Dejanay fighting her. Yeah. Yeah, I always say that. Like, it was only one person that did the damage. But we do know that, if a group of people went to do a crime and somebody, the shooter, the other people are just as guilty too as the shooter would be. So, and that's why those other 6 need to be dealt with too, because they should be guilty because they were there and premeditated. Let's see here. She removed her page too. And Sonia says Shanquilla's sister wondered why Shanquella wouldn't fight back. She was suggesting that she was drugged. However, she didn't look intoxicated or drugged to me. Yes, okay, so when when the attack first happened, we saw Shanquella was on her feet. She was standing on her feet, right? Then when she slung her over, that fractured the neck, and then she continued to beat down on her and broke her back. So she had the severe spinal break and the atlas luxation, the head being knocked off of the body, head knocked off, right? An internal decapitation, doctor stated, right? That's why she couldn't move. Even a drunk person would cover and ball up their face if they get, I'm sure y'all done seen a drunk getting their butt kicked before because they was being belligerent, talking, blah, 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 right? Even in their drunken slowness, they'll be, trying to cover up their head and face, right? Those are reflexes, right? I'm sure you have been to the doctor and they've tested reflexes on you, right? When they take the little hammer and hit your knee and your leg poops out like that. Certain things are reflex, certain body movements are reflex, and they just happen. So when the injury happened there and she had the paralysis from the neck down, she wasn't able to defend herself. That's why she wasn't moving, because she didn't have any movement over anything down distal below the injury, right? So, and yeah. Let me go and get these terms up here so we can start watching these videos, because I'm not going to be able to keep getting all these comments. Okay. Sierra says, when they were in the room, they were plotting then. If Shanquella would have said nothing when she walked in, she may have heard them talking. Yeah. Yeah, it's super sad because by this time, she's pretty much trapped, right? This villa is secluded. They're in there by themselves. And, aside from hiding and locking herself in a room, I don't see how, it was inevitable. Like it was, planned out too well. The plan was executed. See, T Good says, I believe Khalil set Shanquella up. Yeah, we kind of heard that too, and would be the more likely suspect, since he was the one that had more access to her, since he was known to the family and no one else was. Olivia says, at Sonia, I think she didn't fight back because she probably thought by not fighting back, Psycho would stop hitting her. Psycho was pure rage mode. I studied human behavior. This to me was pure rage. Exactly. She unleashed a fury on her. Yeah. In the beginning, she was kind of just trying to struggle back. But once she slung her down and broke her neck, there was no more fighting. After that, that was the injury. That was the injury that everybody saw there. That the 15 minutes, the time, the timer started at that point, the 15 minutes. So, and that's why she was just there helpless to continue to receive the beating that Dejanay was giving out. That thing about Winter lifting and slamming Shanquella, I'll only believe that if I see it with my own eyes. Exactly. And I'm just saying that it's impossible. It would have been impossible. Where would she have grabbed her? She couldn't have grabbed her by the neck because this was snapped off, right? She wouldn't have had nothing to, grip onto. And she couldn't have grabbed up by the waist too, because y'all saw that bow in the back. Her back was broken. There was no place to grab her. She wouldn't have. No, she wouldn't have. No, there's no way. No way. All eyes, y'all. All eyes. Let's see here. Almost 300 people in the chat and only 80 likes. Let's get those likes up, y'all. Nerda is right. Nerda is right. Okay. All right. Elise comes from a decent family, yet she stood there recording and didn't intervene. So family ties cannot always determine a person's behavior. I think she is heavily involved like the rest. Yeah, she was there with her phone out. And then, like we said, we didn't hear no screaming. Nobody screamed. They was there quietly filming. We didn't hear nothing. Nobody, no scream. Nobody, no, stop. Nothing. Let's see here. Atishan says, do you think Shanquella was drugged? She was alive and well in the hammock. She was resting before eating. I don't think she was drugged. I don't think she was drugged. I think she was ambushed that morning. I'm sure that they, we saw them drinking at dinner and then playing the so-called drinking game. And again, I say that they did that just so they were going to paint a picture. So it was part of the alibi. That lets me know, that's what makes me feel like it was planned, because see, they're setting the stage. We were playing the drinking game. We was drinking it up. Make sure everybody get it on camera. Go ahead. Hold drink. Look at woohoo. Drink, drink, drink. This is how we do it. Woohoo. Drink, drink, drink. And not one of those friends opened their mouth. Not one. You only heard one guy speaking, and then Shanquella was saying something. The rest of them was just like a cold feeling that I could feel way over here. Let's see here. It's Shanti says, I agree. The energy was off. We've all been in that awkward situation before. Shanquilla had to know something was off, but remained cordial. Yeah. And then sometimes we aren't necessarily in tune with it, especially, usually like really good people don't imagine how evil people think. So while we're looking at it, we can say, oh, these people look wicked. We can see that they didn't mean any good for her. However, sometimes the good people don't see it that way because she may not have saw or to realize that somebody could be jealous of her. I'm being generous. Like, why would you be jealous of me? I'm springing for the villa. I'm treating, I'm paying, I'm offers, I'm generous. Why would anybody be jealous of me? But people with jealous and envy, it's unexplained, right? And we know that they can go from 0 to 10 and, be filled with hatred very quick. What's up? Patrice says, lock them up, lock them all up. Justice for Shanquilla. Yes, Ebony says, I think the vibe and energy of the entire group was probably off from the start due to Elise's sister passing away. They were a tight clique minus Shanquilla. Yeah, that was odd too, right? That that she chose to go on this vacay after losing her sister. Yeah, that was a little odd. Winter Donovan never denied fighting Shanquilla in the live. She did. I'm just saying what we saw. Like I said, I don't care about what anybody said. I have my two eyes and my brain is intact, and I'm going to believe what I see. I don't care what nobody says. You can say whatever. I don't care who says what. If I've seen it with my eyes, I'm going to trust me. I'm going to trust my eyes. I'm not going to trust what a person who is supporting somebody who just unalived somebody. You think I'm going to believe what Winter said or what she didn't deny? Her word means nothing. I got my eyes. I saw what happened. So I don't give a hoot what Winter says. Winter can go suck an egg. For all I care. Let's see here. Shadow says, this reminds me of Jesus and Judas. Yes. Quilla, a martyr, and Jesus like, she didn't fight back. Plus, she was meek. Khalil is Judas, a traitor, smiling in her face and planning behind her back. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Okay, so let's see here. Oh my goodness, these things just keep popping up here. Here's a new name. I'll do a few more, then we moving on, y'all. Let's see. Elise's mom is a minister. She should know better. Most of the ministers be, some of the crookedest people, right? That's where all the child molesters and all them stuff hang out at. She should have been hanging with Winter and Dejanay. She wouldn't be in this mess. Oh, y'all think she was running with the wrong crowd? And Max says, that's why I believe there was an altercation that night. That villa was Quilla's timeshare. If she wanted to leave, they all would have had to leave or pay for another hotel. Where are you getting this was Quilla's timeshare from, Mac? Let's see here. Two more. Let's see. Patrice says, all I know is that we all would have been in jail when they came back from Mexico. I feel you. Okay. Let me go ahead and read some. Let me upload these things about the chat, right? So the YouTube community guidelines for the live streaming chat is. And let me highlight a few here. So I guess I'm kind of late with it since we already been chatting, but for the most part, I guess y'all been doing fairly decent with the chat. I ain't seen nothing yet to be inappropriate. But so it says for the YouTube live streaming community guidelines, it says harassment or bullying. This includes making threats, using hate speech, or making derogatory comments about someone's race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or other personal characteristics, right? So we're going to be respectful in our chat. That's how we getting down up in here. What y'all doing up here? I'm just thinking, though, what you said about a possible altercation the night before. She could have already been injured. Hence, she was groggy the next morning. I don't know. She didn't look injured to me when she was standing there. Looked like she just kind of was surprisingly snatched up out of her seat. And see, spam, so that includes repetitive, non-cynical messages or posting links of inappropriate websites. So all you little 166 nasty girls and all that stuff, please don't do that kind of stuff. No nudity, none of this impersonating users and all that stuff, and not passing any fake stories and stuff to y'all. Don't do it. Don't pass no fake stories. All right, so let me see here. What else I got on my moderator link here? So for our acts of faith, I ain't gonna let y'all kill my joy here. Arsenio says, none of them showed no sympathy. Exactly, right? They was talking crap like Shanquella deserved it. Yeah, no sympathy at all. All right, so our first video is going to be from the live that I did. Oh, sorry, y'all. Hi, Flash. Woo. Okay, here we go. Woo. All right, here we go. So the first one is actually going to be part of the live that I did I think a few days ago when Martin came up here. And I want to go back to the part where he starts to tell us about these fake YouTubers or these people that's just clout chasers or, doing this stuff, making up stories about the Shanquella case and stuff like that. So let me get it set, queued up to the right time. All right there. Hold up. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. I'll put my copyright thing up here first. One last thing I need to tell y'all before we get started. How did I get up in here? Excuse me. All right, so let me copy paste this here. Last thing will be our copyright disclaimer. And we're going to say that copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowances is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. So here we go with our first offering. Let's see. And look here. That's me here. And this is right before Martin comes up here. And just, we're not going to watch all of it. We're going to get some of it. It's real important, the stuff that he's talking about here. Because he's done his research. Oh, this thing didn't work. Oh, sorry.
And it would have been good for them. It wouldn't have been good for them. I heard that. Was it?
Oops, all right.
Right, and then people in there going back and forth. So the link is there for anybody who's been beefing down in the chat and want to come up here and clear their good name and let the people know what they.
And I still offer that to y'all. So a lot of times y'all be on that chat going back and forth. So I'll drop the link in case somebody need to come up and explain some stuff. They got some explaining to
really meant. So yes, the link is there. It's pinned to the top. So please feel free to come up and speak your mind. Say what you got to say. Is everyone behaving? Yeah, everybody was, but there was, somebody was saying some little stuff up there, trying to be smart or whatever like that. But it doesn't really bother me too much because that's just how it is, right? When when the nurse got to say something, we don't care. We're just going to say it because we have authority, and that's how we do things down here like that. Like I said, we don't do. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, wait. I got a super duper treat for y'all right now. Bring it to the stage without further ado. Martin!
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, I know. It's actually like 12 p.m. here, and I just woke up, and I'm like, I emailed you, and I'm like, let me see if she's live, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, let me quickly jump on.
I told the people, I was like, oh, he's emailing me right now. Let's get him to see if he can come up here. So, any of the questions that you had, our people, we just saw a couple of your videos. I saw with me in it. I was like, look at that's me.
Yeah, you were in it, because I was like, oh my God, like, and you were right too, because another doctor on the Nancy show said the exact same thing you did. And I was like, well, I was glad I was right on my intuition, and I'm like, nah, I think she's being honest.
Yeah, thank you.
So I was like, because there are some people on the internet that say a lot of things. So it's like, but I'm like, nah, there's something about this woman. She's telling the truth, and I put that.
All right, so y'all hear that? So he's saying that people out there telling lies on this whole situation. These people are out there telling these lies. And then he also said that Nancy had the doctor to say the same thing that I said, right? So these people are out there making up these stories and stuff and not using science and math. And that's how we getting down over here. What is this? Narrative says, justice for Shanquella Robinson. Yes. And see, damn liars. Hey, Tanika, what's going on? What's going on? Let me see. I'm trying to skip to the part where he is. Let me just let him go and keep on talking about these people, how they getting down over here.
The video, and I agreed with it. Yeah, I had a question regarding that injury, right? So I actually sent you just the slow motion of that video, because I don't know if you see near the end. If you want to quickly watch it now, if you want.
Okay, let me find it for you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell the people, what.
And also, y'all want to explain too, because I listened to what I said, and I don't think I was clear. So I'm gonna clear it up when I hear the information I get. I can explain it a little bit better. I don't think I explained it good enough for him.
What you're doing over there? I see you have a huge channel.
So I'm a drama channel, but I think I do want to go into the true crime type of era. I've been really thinking about it, and I've been working on, like, for example, I'm working on another case at the moment. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I'm like, you know what? I think this is my lane. Like, maybe this is something I'm meant to do.
Yeah, you're good.
Because people really like the way I lay things out and explain things. So I'm like, maybe this is what I'm meant to get into. So I think next year you're going to see true crime videos on my channel. So
I love true crime too.
I
am really gifted at being able to pick out the little nuances, and I'm pretty good at,
like in this here case, right?
at finding the guilty person.
They ain't put no biker shorts on that one.
Facts and all that stuff. I'm real good at picking that stuff up. So if you ever need somebody to co-host with you and put their
for sure.
free. Yes, I love talking, and
And y'all can bring me some cases from the past. I'm telling y'all, I'm good at this. I'm gifted. I can do it. I can sniff it out.
I'm 52 years old. I've been around. With age comes wisdom, and there's definitely.
You agreed.
Okay, I have so many different emails, so I think I may have messed up. You sent an email to
a lot of cases, a big percentage of those
cases.
Okay,
let me go back just a little bit. It's him talking about he lived in Mexico for 4 years.
When I was really young, people portrayed it, let's hang out and stuff, and then they all got their BB guns and shot at me.
What?
Yeah, and thank God these were handmade BB guns. They weren't like real BB, like the real hard ones that hurt you. These were all handmade. So they made their own little BB guns at home, and they all just attacked me with their guns and shot at me. So
he was telling us about his Shanquella moment where he was betrayed by some so-called friends, pretending to be friends, and then they launched an attack on him.
I escaped and ran out of that situation, but it just reminded me of that. And then I was like, you know what? I want to cover this. I really, really, really want to cover this. I really want to push this content out here. And I think I could bring it in a different light and explain it in a different way than a lot of the other content creators have already had at that time. So, yeah. And ever since then, I've been like, wow, this woman.
Martin Lewis. His name Martin Lewis.
Justice.
Yeah.
I can't wait until that day comes. That's going to be so good when they get justice.
Yeah.
And I hope they go to Mexican jail, you know?
Yes. Where are you at?
So at the moment, I am in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's another thing that made me relate to this situation. Like, she likes to travel. I'm a traveler too, so
yeah,
I go out a lot. So yeah, it was
just
thinking
about like people making these plans, and two, we had heard that just the day afterward there was 2 or 3 other people that were unalived over there in Mexico, and they used this little cookie cutter alcohol poisoning thing. Like that's just a little cookie cutter excuse that they kind of sell, like these BBLs that people get.
Doing this, I learned that Mexico is really bad with the whole femicide situation.
Yeah. Wow, there that word again, femicide, y'all. They keep using that word. He's saying Mexico real bad with it. He lived there for 4 years.
It's so quick to be like, oh, she was drunk, it's her fault. It's so quick to be like that. Because when I was living there, I remember there was a huge feminist march. But it's kind of different from what the American feminists are going after. So I prejudged and thought it was the same thing. But now looking at this, I'm like, they were fighting for, their rights to live, basically, because a lot of them get killed over there and swept under the rug. And the statistic is really bad. I forgot the number, but a lot of cases, a big percentage of those cases don't even get sorted.
Right. Yeah. And I saw the video that, Mexico is like, in some statistics, it says number 2, and in others, I saw number 5 in the world for femicide.
Wow.
Yes. And we know that Mexico is a poor country and that they are not even prosecuting or holding responsible their own people for unaliving the women over there. So what makes us think they're going to use their resources, and they're a poor country, and we know that they are full of corruption, right? You can pay your way to get out of some things over there. So why would we think that they would take their limited resources to extradite and prosecute and, imprison some Black American people for unaliving a Black American woman?
Yeah.
I think we would do better to stand for justice in this country here and make the FBI or somebody us responsible for bringing them to justice. I just don't see Mexico really,
Yeah, I think the news picking it up was a big kick in their butt and made them, let's just fix this right now. And look like we're doing something.
And we saw that when they just shoved us that little bitty, we have an arrest warrant, right? But we still ain't seen nothing. And 2, they just did it after the video went viral, and they probably just did that sort of thinking that they're gonna just shut us up. That's why it's super important that we keep continuing to seek the justice for Shanquella Robinson. We stand with you, Mrs. Robinson, here in Tennessee. Respect. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. Everyone appreciates how we are continuing to stand for justice for Shanquella. Thank y'all so much. And I'm gonna show y'all his face too when he asked me this one question.
They weren't gonna do nothing. It's alcohol poisoning.
They just tell them that. And I'm sure they probably weren't thinking that Shanquella's father was going to come up with the resources to be able to recover her body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when they was able to get the autopsy and, bring the body back and see the damage. It was like, hey, look, this don't add up.
Right.
So a lot of times when these things happen, people don't have the finances to, even get a funeral together, let alone bring back the body from another country.
Yeah, $6,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So, sometimes people don't have that just laying around.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they was counting on that because a lot of times, when people, they die in the hospital, so they don't have the money for the funeral and, they just leave the bodies there.
Yep.
And so, if they weren't able to get it, then they wouldn't have had anything to dispute the alcohol poison. They would have no choice but to accept it. And people do this kind of stuff to get away with a murder. They get away with it because, we did it over there and, they're over here walking free and nobody's looking for them. They're not, being held accountable, and that's offending a lot of people.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about Dejanay being a transgender?
I heard that, Rim. I don't think that's true. There was like a edited photo of her, like one when her normal photo, and then they edited her wig out. And they probably use one of those masculine filters that you can get on your phone. You can filter yourself to make yourself look like a woman or a man. And then next thing you know, she's a old man. I don't think she's a
transgender. No. Okay, somebody have a question for you. M. Max says, please ask Martin, being that he lived in Mexico, has he ever heard of Geraldo being a reputable news investigator, and does it take $5,000 to go to the hospital?
That was a good question too, M. Mac.
Good question. Okay, so I have never used the emergency, but I will say from Cabo, and I used to live in Playa del Carmen, so it's kind of like a tourist area, right? Mm-hmm. There are a lot of private hospitals and businesses, etc. And what happens is, I actually spoke to one of the guys at the hospital there. When they dial the number or something, you have multiple private doctors and emergency people coming to your place.
What?
Yeah. So they come to your place, and I don't know how it works. Do you pick one? Do one of them just come to your house and sell, hey, come to my hospital? I really don't know how it works in that sense. But private ones, they can cost, but I don't know. I don't remember $5,000. Now with me, I had a temporary, I will say this. When I was in Mexico, I still do have a temporary resident visa. And it is so affordable to go to the doctors there. The cost is so low. But if you don't have your temporary resident visa, which most tourists do not have, it's expensive.
Oh.
The cost is higher.
Okay.
But emergency room, 5,000. I don't know if it's going to be like that in a public hospital.
All right, y'all. Sean says, Dejanay has narrow hips. All right. So one of the things that has come up on several streams here is that several people have questioned the gender of Dejanay. People have questioned the gender of Dejanay on several occasions because people are feeling like they've seen a man viciously attacking a woman. Other reasons people was feeling that way. One reason I would suspect is because they did choose to say they were charging with the femicide, and femicide is just violence, unaliving of a woman from a man, and then just from the whole little body thing. So what we have been doing here, like I said, we all about science and math over here. And I always say that, when you don't know, we just break it down to science. And what we do know is that when we find skeletal remains in the woods or wherever we find these skeletal remains, that we can tell from the skeletal remains if the skeleton it's the skeleton of a man, an XY chromosome, or if it's the skeleton of a woman, an XX chromosome. The way we can tell that is that the pelvis of the XY chromosome is different from the pelvis of the XX chromosome. A woman's pelvis is different from a man's pelvis, and that is because women, the creator designed us to carry children. So that's why our pelvis is different. I'm going to show y'all the pelvis, and then I'm going to point out the difference so you will be able to see. And this is how you can tell. So person here, Sean, is talking about Dejanay having narrow hips, and it's because let me just take this off here so we can see. All right, so here, let me just go this way here first. As y'all can see here, we got a double X, but look at the, where's my mouse? Okay, y'all see, look how round that is. Nice and round, right? Because this is where the baby is going to leave out of your body to come into the world, right? So since the cervix has to dilate to the 10, it has to make this 10 centimeters. This has to be 10 centimeters because this is where the baby is going to come out at, right? So baby has to have enough space, the 10 centimeters, right? Look at this. Look how smooth this here backbone is. This is the spine right there. This is the S-shaped spine that I was telling y'all about. Here's on my little bitty replica here. See here, this is a lady's back. Got an S, got that curve in the back. So a way you could tell, you can check that small of the back, right? This is going to be straight on the man. Going to be straight on the man right there. Y'all see that there? See there? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Space for the baby. All right, so here we go over there, right? You see these curves? Look here. See how round everything is? Look there. Flat and smooth, right? Because the baby got to be in there. This got to be a safe spot for him. It's got to be nice and smooth. See that here? This is kind of like a ligament, right? Because this is what may need to stretch so the baby can come out of the space there, right? That is the pelvis there. So the hips will come out here, right? So woman hips going to be low there. And now we look here. Uh-oh. What is the difference? The difference is look at this. This is turned the opposite direction. See all these spiny bones and stuff like that? This is the male pelvis. Look how narrow that is. Look, see these angles, right? Remember the ladies, it was nice and round. Look at here. It's a triangle. A baby cannot fit in there. Baby can't fit in there. Look, no space, right? Look at here. Look at this tailbone right there. And look, it's pointy. Look at here. This is pointed backwards here. A baby would be uncomfortable, right? This could poke him in the head, right? A baby can't be in there. Look at that, right? No space. See that? Boop. Boop. Okay, y'all see that? That's the difference there. And why that is significant, so you can look to see where the hips are at. Because also, you know, the woman's hips, our hips are low so baby can come out of the body. Man hips is up high because his genitalia needs to be outside of the body so it can stay cool. The scrotum, all that stuff need to be outside of the body. That's why, you know, his hips is up high. So you look at those hips. Them hips is high. It's not a lady. It's not a lady. And that back there. So let me see. Where my question at? Here. So I just want to stop and put that out there right there. See, people are questioning Dejanay's gender because of the strength she exhibits and her square chin and overall facial structure. But I can tell she's not a male. Okay. All right. So anyway, that's all I'm saying is that. So science and math, right? So people could do all kind of stuff. You can get you know, can have you some cosmetic surgery. You can take some hormones and, you know, get some fat deposited on your, you know, body or something like that. You can get surgery where they can slice off your genitalia. You can have your genitalia mutilated and, you know, fixed up. You can have some extensions put down. You can do all these things. The bottom line is that when you're dead and gone and the flesh has fallen from your bones, we can clearly tell if you were an XY chromosome or an XX. So all that to say is that we don't believe in delusional thinking here as far as people being trapped in other, other body frames, right? All right, so let's get back on over here and let's get finished up.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember looking this up, but it's just gone out of my head.
Right.
What was the other question? Oh, Gerardo. Gerardo, I never really paid, when I was in Mexico, I'll be honest with you, I never paid attention to the news. One, it was always in Spanish. Now that I know poquito español, I'm still not perfect at it, but I never heard of Gerardo until this situation, as well as that he's an investigative journalist in Cabo, so I don't know if he would work things all the way down and play the Carmen, but yeah.
So I'm having a hard time to open up this document. You could send it and I'll put it up and then you can manipulate it.
And he's gonna bring up a document showing this part of the fight scene, not the fight, the attack in slow motion. And I'm gonna explain it to him. See, Baby Sis says, I know women with narrow hips, and for some strange reason, they also have large numbers of children and had easy labors. Go figure. Yeah, but you can have narrow hips, but your bottom line, you're still going to have a pelvis that has the space in there for it. So, the design is still the same, right? You see that? The design is still going to be the same. You're still going to have that opening in your tilted pelvis that's going to be 10 centimeters, regardless of how much fat you have on your outside of your bottom of the hips. Still going to be made like that. So, it may look like you got narrow hips, but on the inside, that pelvis has a wide pubic arch. So you can carry that baby. And it's tilted so the baby don't fall out. And you see that the other design is not like that. It's not like that at all. And so here we go with our video.
Okay, so it was in this one. I'm going to
screen.
Let me see if I can forward this one.
I downloaded it twice, but now it's, wanting all these other things. And again, I'm 52, so all this little technical.
Oh, it's asking you for other stuff?
Yeah, like I downloaded it twice, but I can't open it. So.
Okay, so am I allowed to put it on? It's not the whole fight. It's like up to her neck, and it's like zooming when the camera moves.
I ain't gonna go there on this one though. I guess somebody has said Elgin 10 said Dejanay has a Beyonce body, and then Tanya saying that Dejanay does not have a Beyonce body. And I was gonna say something about this here, but yeah, I think I'll just another time, Elgin.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know how if you're gonna be able to see it. But
Look at me. Yeah. See. Oh, yeah. I guess maybe.
Can you send it to this here StreamYard?
Oh, StreamYard. Okay.
Where you just click this link at. Somebody got on my show, John Q, and he sent.
Let's see. Elgin said, you all gonna learn tonight. Salute to the all around natural beauty. Very good breakdown. Elgin, have I told you where I looked there? Anyway, you got some inside stuff on here. What you know? All right, let me see here. Welcome to all the new beauties and beautifuls in here. Let's see here. Also, because she kept taking her wig on and off. That was the other reason why they said that they were suspecting. Now, DD Van is now. It's quite a few Black women wear wigs, right, and take a wig on or off. Now, I don't really remember, if somebody took their wig off and all of a sudden they just that was the only thing that was able to identify them as being a woman was the wig being on. But the wig take off, now we've got to question the gender. Like, I think that's a story that they told us. So we, Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That she took the wig off. That explains it all, right? Because that makes her now look like a man because the wig is off.
And he just like whatever you did to click on here, he sent it, and then it was in part of my backstage, so I just clicked it, and then he was still able to manipulate it.
Okay, let me have a look and see if I can.
Let me see what happens if I try to download this again and see why. If I can view it.
Sorry, guys.
Yes, it wants me to download more apps. I can't view it. It's not on the viewable.
Yeah, he don't do.
Do you
live.
have it on your channel? Maybe.
No, it's not.
Baby sis says, I can always tell. I don't care how good the surgeons are. There's always a telltale sign. Yeah, because it's not natural. Now y'all saw. Okay, all right. This is how you can tell because the body is not made for it. So if they get their genitalia, if a male gets his genitalia cut off and thinking he's going to have a man-made vagina, it's not going to work. You don't have the space for it. It's just like the analogy I was telling y'all about. I can't take the seats out of my Ford Explorer and put it into my BMW. They're not going to fit. Y'all saw that little narrow space. There's no space in there. And that's why it doesn't feel comfortable when they're trying to be sexual because your bones are turned the opposite way. It's going to be a rough. That's not going to be a fun feeling. That ain't nice and smooth and soft. That ain't the fact. You can't replicate that. You wasn't designed for that, and neither we women designed to be men, right? Y'all was designed to be stronger and all that stuff, but you can't try to create that, right? Y'all saw the space ain't happening. And it's triangles in there. So you can't do it. You just can't do it.
On my channel, let me see if I can upload it as a short. Yeah, let me do that. I should definitely be able to do that actually. I don't know. Oh, to be honest, it's very hard to see on the shore.
Oh, here we go again. All right, Sean said, I think this is why Shanquella wanted to see everyone naked. And Sean, you're not the first person to say that. Not the first person. We got that video with her walking around saying, where y'all at? It don't take this long to get naked, hoes. Right? Maybe this was the time to show, right? You can't get naked if you got something else down there. You got an Audi and you're supposed to have an innie, right? Maybe that's what I'm so tired of maybe that's what that meant. I don't know. All right, we coming in for a landing, y'all.
But what about one of your videos? Because it's the same, attack. You think if you could, if I played that part and you could show me the question that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Explaining it was that once the neck was that injury happened there, she lost all control of everything. Everything just stopped. So any movement that you saw was the movement from the impact. Like if you're in a car accident, you're an unrestrained driver. When the car crashes, your body is going to be ejected because you are still in.
And what I really wanted to express to him is that he was talking about the move. Looked like she may have brushed her hair back, but when you see the movement that she made, it was just neurological moves. There's some neuro movement because once this signal had been severed, and then when she was moving like this panel, almost like a marionette, like a puppet, right? Arms were both moving bilateral, the same type of way. It wasn't, her trying to do any of those things. So I'm trying to explain to him that the movement he saw was just some the sensory that was
emotion.
Yeah.
So when she slung her over and snapped her neck, you saw the body, everything left. This was just the residual energy from the motion of the impact.
Okay, so
he don't think I know, or he must have something else he want to show
this
me.
is what I saw when I look at it. When Dejanay was walking away, it honestly looked like Shanquella flipped her head back. And I had to put it in slow-mo to really see it. And when I put it in slow-mo, because the camera moves, it honestly looks like she flipped her hair back. I was like, does that, like, could that type of injury, is it like even your arms?
Yeah, everything from the neck down.
For example, like chickens, for example, I've heard if a chicken's head is contact.
Oh, you mean the movement afterwards?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So whatever signal was traveling down the electrical lines, that movement was already transpiring. So you just saw that leaving up out of her. But it wasn't a purposeful movement. This was all just the last of the reflexes.
The shutting down.
Like moving your head back.
No. Her arm, you saw they was moving at the same time too. Like almost like she was, it
like
was
on
mechanical,
a puppet.
not like, this kind of a thing where she's kind of flailing her arms around something different. It looked like I saw when she flapped down like that, this head part was off of her body because you can't hold your head down that low.
Can't fake that
Hers
move.
was down in her chest. If it wasn't for her head being inside of the skin, her head would have fallen to the floor because the accusation is her she knocked her head off her body. And the only reason why it didn't fall off was because it was still intact inside of the neck. But it was off of the axis. That's where it was able to hang in a position. Like you can't bring your head down like that. It's gonna stop so far. You can only go so far. And then you saw the contortion in her back, the break in the back. So, that's where all that happened. And anything that you saw moving from that was just the last part of the signal that was already in motion before the
And then don't forget, we saw the Dejanay do the combination with the knee, and she was, still working her up. So, if he saw any of the movement, it was just the movement from the impact. She was having all that impact from the remaining trauma she was receiving.
Signal was severed.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
It does. I wish you could see this. It's just.
And then the hair too. Remember, Dejanay was continuing to attack her head and neck, and she kneed it and elbowed it. So her head was kind of bobbling around like a one of those punching bags, right? Because this now is severed from the neck. So it could have been just the impact of her head flipping back and forth and looked like she was doing that. But there was no purpose for movement. She wasn't moving at all. That was all just motion in the body from the impact and the trauma. She was doing the thing on her.
Yeah, because watching it, I'm like, that has to be the injury. Like she literally lifted her up, boom, flipped her from there. Like it has to be the injury. But when I saw that, I wish I could see it. Not even on this phone does it justice. Yeah, actually it does. When you put it, it honestly looks like she flips her hair back. I wish we could watch it and observe it together. Because it looks like
we're going to get to it too, y'all.
And she flips her hair back. When Dejanay walks to the door, outside patio door.
Wait a minute, y'all over here. We may be changing the topic again here. See here. Hey, Jewel. Tara says, it's sad that the world has come to being able to come to not being able to tell. Yeah, you have to look and really put your feelers out there, because we know in the animal world that the animals know like not to do that, right? They don't go that route. So something inside you should give some type of a trigger, some type of a something to have you think in the same way. Multiple people are questioning, this Dejanay, like the moves. Women and men, we move differently because of how our pelvis are created, right? Y'all saw how it had a different tilt, right? The man's pelvis is tilted inwards, where the spiny processes are poking inwards. Ours was smooth because we have to carry the babies, right? So by our bodies being positioned differently and the bones and all that stuff, the way we walk is different. Women, our gait is more forward. Leg is weight moves forward, and that's why I look like we're switching when we walk. It's not that. It's just that that's how we have to do it to be able to navigate those the wide pubic arch on our pelvic. Right? And men, the weight is on the back leg. So the way y'all can move, y'all could be faster and all that stuff. And that is the part that people will find offensive if this Dejanay person is indeed an XY chromosome. Because then that would definitely be horrible. That would make it more horrific. That's like beating a baby. Seven Angel. Hey, Seven Angel, says Sonia. And people get plastic surgeries to change their body figure too. Yeah, but you can't change your skeletal foundation. So if the hips are high, the hips are going to be high, right? And two, if somebody were to get some fake boobs on their chest, because breast and chest are two different things, right? Chest is a muscle. It's a muscle there, right? And two, so if somebody were to get some fake breasts put on their chest, you would still be able to see where the pectoral muscles are different, because women, even if you see the bodybuilder women, these pecs, they're not going to have pecs because, their pectoral muscle is a lot different from a man, because we have breast tissue to make a milk factory in there, right? So things are different, right? So even plastic surgery and stuff like that, there's still going to be, ways to tell that, because you can't change your skeleton foundation. I can't change the fact that I have an arch in my back. That's how I was designed. So so that's why you have to be, think about those things too, because there is plastic surgery, and then women are getting these body altering stuff too, and so to look a certain way. But you really just have to keep in mind the skeleton will always remain the same. Cannot change your foundation. So, Baby Sis says, at DD Van Ness, a lot of people would think the same thing about Dejanay. Look at her face. I bet you she is the spit image of her daddy. Yeah. Okay, well, how do you explain those moves, right? And how fast and how powerful, the moves were. Let's see here. Don't say, say 304. Don't say something. Help me out. Now, what that's supposed to say? Don't say H blank blank S. Say 304s. I don't know, MMAC, what that means. What you talking about over there? Talk to me in my vocabulary, in my language. Let's see. I can always tell, no matter who it is. I can tell. Yep. Better think about it. Dejanay is a woman. It's all lies. Yeah, more stuff to keep people distracted. Is that what you're thinking? Say good night, all natural beauty RN in chat. Good night. Thank you, Queen B G, for coming by and sharing some time with us here. And ooh. Okay, so let me see here. Let me try to, okay, let me scoot this down just a wee bit so we can see his part of the video. And then I guess we'll just go on to what y'all showed up here for. And Max says, good night. Okay, yeah, saying a good night to everybody. And Seven Angel, new name here. What's up, Raul? I saw that too. Let's see. Fame says, in slow motion, she was moving. Something else happened to break her neck after the video cut off, in my opinion. Yeah, so let's see here. This video, I don't think we're gonna see the full effect. So we're gonna play one of the old videos, and then y'all, we just go ahead and see it again, and I'll stop it and show y'all again where we see the neck and the back break. All right. Everybody okay with that? I know the video could be triggering and stuff, but I think we'll just have to play this one here and see if this one shows it without being too it's one of my stuff without being too graphic here. Let's see. And Raw says it did look like she moved her hair. Okay, so everybody knows that's exactly the part that it's talking about too, huh? But remember, y'all, when her hair was, she's being moved around like that, and then this is why I'm believing that it was all neuros, because it was moving in a system, like a whole, on a panel, right? Both arms moving at the same time. This is just like an electrical panel, just kind of moving through the system. It wasn't her moving her hair at all. This was just the signals, stuff shutting down. All right, shutting down. All right, so let me see here. Let me mute this and fix it. Okay, there. I broke my mic the other day. All right, hey, what's up, Layla? Hello, ho. Sorry, I don't know your name, and everyone in the chat. Hello, Layla. I am the All Around Natural Beauty RN, and welcome to our chat here, where we are standing in agreement that we are here seeking justice for Shanquella, and we are lifting our voices together. And thank you so much for joining us. And Max says, I think it's safe to say that we all agree on the who and what. It's the why. Yeah, exactly. That we're questioning. Why did they do it, and why haven't they been arrested? Somebody had said earlier, I lost the comment, about some type of a ritual. It was a ritual, and that we're supposed to find this out. Baby Sis says, the thing that irks me the most is that it doesn't take that level of brute force to cause a C1 injury anyway. That area is fragile, even more fragile on a petite female. Yes, I agree with you on that. And then it did appear that there was a technique, and then we saw her legs were crossed over. So if your body's not in the right alignment too when you fall, you could fall wrong and definitely injure yourself. Let's see here. Oh, my likes. Thank you, Nerda. Says, I know what he talking about. Do you? Let's see. Elgin says, I have heard that Dejanay might have grew up in a foster home, so she might have been about that life. Okay. Justice for Shanquella. Yes, they said she was aware but paralyzed. Okay, even if the spine and head detached. I'm trying to get clarification. Yes. So when like I said, I've worked a lot with the paralyzed patients, spinal cord injuries, gunshot wounds to the neck and face, paralyzed from the neck down. That person is going to require to be on a ventilator. And the ventilator is going to give the breaths, because when you have the paralysis up here, the signal to your lungs to expand and, move the air is not happening. So the person is going to be totally still. There's not going to be, they can't do none of that stuff, right? So when the ventilator is off, their whole body is totally still, like just still, no movement, no nothing. They can't talk. They can't make any sounds, because you need oxygen in order to make sounds. You need air to make the sounds. So you can still hear, you can still see, because these sensories are above the injury. hearing, all that stuff. These are way up there. Those are the only senses that you'll still be able to have. And so you can still hear, you can still see, but you wouldn't be able to do anything else. So, yeah. Baby sis. All right. True, true, true. Women have an extra rib too. I don't know. I just remember in anatomy and physiology, when we had to go over the bones, we had to be able to distinguish the male the male the male anatomy from the female, and it was just the pubic bone. It was just this here. It was just this was the only difference. So I'm not sure. I don't remember anything about the bone, the extra rib. That might have been in the Bible. I don't know. It said facts. Okay. Yeah. See, I believe Dejanay is emotionally disturbed, and all her life she had to fight. All my life I had to fight. I'm joking. All right, so I feel you on that ground. A good night, Queen BG. All right. I love a natural woman because I don't got to worry about anything falling out. Yeah, huh? All right. Or hardening up, huh, with these BBLs and stuff. Ooh, okay. Hey, Narrative, thank you so much for your $2 super chat. Appreciate. Good night. Oh, I know, huh? It's getting late too. And I don't know if we want to start on another video. It's already going on 2 hours here. Thank you, Narrative. I appreciate you so much for moderating for me, and also your generous super chat here. As Sean says, I don't think Shanquella knew why. Her last words were no. Why is she? And after hitting the ground, we never heard a word from Shanquella again. Yeah, but that's because once her neck was broken and she's paralyzed, no sound. When I used to work with the patient on the ventilators, whenever I would detach them, the sound, if they were talking, then there's not going to be any sound. So they have to wait for the breath to come before they can talk. So let's say they would have a tracheostomy, a hole in the neck here. So they put the tracheostomy here so we can hook up the ventilator, the breathing machine right into their trachea here, put the air off into the lungs, right? So times I'd have to come over and to suction them to clear the airway. When I would remove the ventilator, they couldn't talk. So if we were just talking and they say, hey, yeah, blah, 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 everything's going real good. And as soon as I move it off, that put it back on, now you can talk. But when I take it off, then because no air, you have to have air in order to be able to talk. So they can't do anything like that. So as soon as, if she had been in mid-scream before she broke her neck, it would have been like, ah, just like that. It would have been silent, mute, just like that. And that probably would have been extremely eerie, because to just go mute like that, and it was, and that's how it was too. As soon as you take it off, no more sound. They could just, why are you doing this to me? You know what I mean? So it'd be a cool way to stop an argument if they're talking crap. Get over here and do this right now. And we're not, that's how it was though. But yeah, so that's why you didn't hear her to scream or say anything afterwards. She wouldn't have been able to do that. Okay. Oh yeah, I just heard that one there. All right. The sad thing is that she heard everything they said for 15 minutes. Can you imagine hearing what to do with her body and how they didn't get help? Yeah. Yeah. That's the part that always gets me too, because how helpless much, to feel, to know that, and you feel your body just shut down. Like, as far as like, oh, I can't even break my fall. I can't do nothing. I'm just here. And then you still punching me and kicking me and doing all these things. I can't even scream. I can't tell you to stop. And I hear y'all and you yelling at me, and you angry, how frightening, that was horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. Jess, you still here, says, I hope they televise the trial. That would be nice too, huh? That's what I'm saying. We need to hope that we can get it out here because Mexico already tell y'all they don't tell you nothing. Elgin says Dejanay is going to be a Spanish by the time she gets to prison in Mexico. She's gonna be Espanol muy. Her Espanol be muy bonito, muy bien. I mean, really good, huh? Me too. All righty. Let's see here. And feeling the pain, just unfathomable. Yes. Yeah, it's super. Yeah. And that's what's been super emotional for me and, continuing to encourage me to keep speaking on this too. Especially when we hear about how after a while these things kind of just die down and nothing gets done. Regiment 65 says most of Dejanay's hit miss until she took her bonnet off. Shanquella pulled her bonnet over her face. Let me see if we find us a video here. It's gonna be an old one. Hope this one should have some real decent stuff in it because this was before everybody. No, this one ain't gonna have nothing in it. Let me see here. Because see here, you said she was missing. I don't remember her missing anything here. Yeah, I think I can pretty safely go back to just an old video back in the early December when people was still telling the true facts. Let's see here. Hey Reed, what's going on? To talk, they need a passive mirror valve. Yep. And that's because that's going to help to keep the air up in there, block the air up in there. Ebony says, all around natural beauty, would she still have been able to convey other facial movements such as blinking her eyes or moving her mouth? Yes. Yes. Yeah. So sometimes, like I said, the ventilators might pop off of the patient. So they would try to learn how to do that, so they can do that. And then, maybe you can do things on the face, but yeah, they try to click, make some sounds like that. But yeah, that was it. Facial expressions, you still have those. Anything above that injury, you still can do. So yeah, it can open, close your eyes, and, blink. You're able to do. Venetia says, just for clarification, how did she move her arm while sitting on the floor? I got to show it. I mean, I got to see it because yo guys are talking about she moved her arm. All I saw was her arms to go up like this and move back down. Like, there was motion moving. And this to me indicates neuro. This is a neuro move here. Everything's in a system. Like it's not, So I'm trying to find a video now that kind of shows, I guess, a little bit of the fight scene because y'all talking about y'all saw her moving her arms and stuff, and I don't remember seeing any arm movement. But I do. What I do remember is her arms doing this here move like that, and that looked total neuro. See how everything's all stiff and robotic like this? That's not that's neuro movement. Let's see here. What is this here? I feel like I'm opening a can of worms on this here, though. Let's see. Let me find one of Hell of a Girls. Hers are nice, small. Oh, no, I know the perfect person to go to. Unbossed, Unbiased. Hers are great. They're small, easy. Unbossed, Unbiased, and we can. And it's only a few minutes, and I know that she has the that scene in there. It's part of her. It's in her video. The attack. Okay, here we go.
It's week 3 of drinking shrooms.
All righty. So let me go here, get this one queued up. All right. And yeah, it's only like 4 or 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Mm-mm. And then I'll stop it. I'll pause it when we get to that part, and then we can analyze it together. All right, here we go. Mm-mm.
Have issued an arrest warrant for Dejanay Jackson. I have to assume that
This was a
Dejanay
month
is in the
ago,
process
too.
of being picked up to be extradited back to Cabo, Mexico. As more information becomes available, I'm sure they'll update the United States, aka the Black community. I was watching this live on the lead attorney's channel, and he had a woman by the name of All Natural Beauty on his channel, and they were discussing this case. And she made a lot of interesting points, and I want to discuss those. But first, I'm going to show you the video.
Okay.
If you look, just to verify my background, I have 30 years of nursing experience.
30 years of nursing experience.
Right.
So
The reason I'm saying this is because I spent a lot of years working with spinal cord injury patients. And depending on how high the injury to your spinal cord is, if you can breathe or not. So you're not gasping for air. Your lungs are, you're not moving. So I used to work with patients on ventilators, and occasionally it would pop off if they have a spasm, right? The ventilator would pop off. Their body is not going to move because they need the ventilator to move. If you have an injury up here, you're not breathing. So it's impossible for the doctors to have come there and made any assessment. She wouldn't have had no signs of life. When she fell, if you look at the video, you can see when the back was broken.
I thought she was going to show it.
It's a certain way a paralyzed body can lay. If your body is not paralyzed, in certain positions you just can't naturally go in. When he first was slung over and she sat up like that, that was just, her neck was broke at that time. And that's why you can tell the people that's in there knew something was wrong, because they were like, get up, like demanding for her to get up, because they knew she couldn't. She looked different and she didn't move after that. There's no breathing with a broken neck. Because everybody saw her not breathing. She's able to look, she can still think and everything, but she's not able to make any sounds. So she saw them and heard them talking to her like that, and she was helpless until she blacked out, because without oxygen, you're done.
Wow. So when I initially...
Okay, even here, right? All right, so she's just kind of holding her hands up in defense, right? She's not fighting. People are going to try to say that. I don't know if she's going to play.
We heard that. It began to make a little bit more sense, because I know when I
don't think she plays
the video, and I was going to put in the video that showed Shanquella after the fight, which is basically the last 2 seconds of the fight video that's circling the internet. Okay. I was going to put in a photo.
All right, sorry, y'all. I thought we were going to be able to see it in this video. I got to pick another one. My bad. All right, let me get a couple of these here. I thought I was going to, it's just only a still frame. She doesn't show the video, but yeah. There's one in there. We'll get it. Let's see. Good night, everyone. Thanks for the update. You're welcome. Yeah, and maybe we'll have to just postpone it till tomorrow if the next one doesn't, totally have it. So we could. It's already 2 hours here. Let's see. Jess Talk says chickens without heads can still move, so Shanquella could probably still move uncomfortably. The chickens without heads, they're not purposely moving. That's just the energy, the signals that still just firing out of their bodies, right? It's not them moving. Like if you chop a snake, right? And the tail is still moving. The snake is dead. It's just the stimulation, the electrical stimulation is still, triggering. These aren't movements, y'all. Let me see. Natural RN. What is the difference between a nurse practitioner and an RN? A nurse practitioner is an RN with more education, at least a master's degree. And they've taken courses to be a practitioner, so they can prescribe and make treatments, plan of care. Bentley, my world, says she put her hands up to her face. She would have instantly went down with her injuries were done in that video. I don't think the attack was over. Oh, I wish I had the video to just go ahead and play Bentley World. Okay, here. Let me see.
Finally, for the first time.
I'm gonna flip through this one here and see if I can find one with the actual. Yeah, I'll save it for tomorrow, y'all, because it's already after 2 hours and I'm already sleepy. But Sorbel says we will never find out what really happened to her. Unfortunately, they will continue to lie to cover their lies. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Baby Sis says Dejanay and Nazir had a back and forth right after they returned to the States. I don't remember where I saw it, but it appears they were pointing the fingers at each other about what each did. Yeah, and that's probably why they keep trying to put up all these other different stories, because this way everybody could share the blame, right? We could say that Winter body slammed her and that all these other things. Somebody said that maybe Nazir assaulted her afterwards. Bless up at Natural RN. Thank you so much. I need the blessings. RN in chat. Geraldo Zuinga, the Mexican journalist, has a YouTube channel, and he's going live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern with new information. Really? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Let me see if I could see. What's the name of his channel? Is it just Geraldo? He going live. That's why they trying to shut us up. Oh, can I not play that? Is that why they trying to shut us up? Because he going live. Okay, let's see here. He does have a channel. All right, let's see. Let's go. Y'all want to see this channel? Let's see here. All right, that looks like Geraldo to me. Woo! Corruption. Geraldo, journalism award. Okay. Certified journalist. Look at this many plaques. Okay. Ooh, I'm sorry about that. Get out of here. Oops. I think somebody. Let me see what I just got here. Video. An email. Let's see. Somebody just send me an email for this here. Attack fight. Okay, but this one ain't shadowed out. I got you got it here, but I'm gonna view it first to make sure it's not one that they say we ain't supposed to be playing no more. This one looks like a raw one that might not be the one that we are allowed to play. But thank you though. I got you here, Valerie. Appreciate that. Yeah. Maybe tomorrow for sure. All righty. Hey, John Q, what's going on? Okay, look here. I've been talking about I'm getting out of here. I haven't dropped the link yet. If anybody needs to come up for their testimony or, share or clear your good name because you've been in the chat and things got away from you. Feel free to click the link here and come on up and tell the people what's going on here. And then from coming up, moving forward, I'm just going to read the rest of these comments, and then we can come on in for the benediction. In closing, I'll let y'all out of here. See, Curtis Hall, hello, new name here, says, yes, you can see the moment she sustained the injury in that video. I too believe that they did more to her than we can see in the short video. She sustained that deathly hit in this video. Shameful. Exactly. Yeah, and that's why I'm feeling like that was it. That was it. We saw the 2 injuries that's listed on the death certificate. Oh, okay, cool. I'll take you. Yes, yes. All right, we got a repeat here for the 3rd time, John Q. Hey, John.
Hey, for the 3rd time. Hello.
I know. How you doing?
Much better. I'm just getting over the flu and all kinds of
Oh,
cold. New York is just that cold winter town.
okay. Is that where you're at?
Yeah.
We was talking about some cold snow dates the other day. Yeah, not interested. You got snow, huh? Out there, you already in the snow.
We got snow. We got ice, sleet. I mean, pick your choice. Pick your choice.
My goodness. So what's new, John Q? What's going on? What you been up to?
Yeah, I just wrapped up a live on my channel. Just coming back after a couple of weeks being out under the weather, and covered some information on the Shanquella Robinson case as well as the Daniel Robinson case.
Oh, okay. Who's Daniel Robinson?
Daniel Robinson is a 25-year-old field geologist that went missing in Buckeye, Arizona.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were telling us about him, right?
Right. Last year in the month of June. And his father, David Robinson, who also has a YouTube channel, has been looking for his son for the last 18 months.
Wow. 18 months. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Right. So, I said, well, I had, in starting my live, I was giving shout outs, and I threw you in there.
Okay.
And I shared your channel with my folks that were there at the live. Let them know that you've been working on the case. You're a registered nurse for well over 27 years, and you've got the experience to come from the medical aspect and helping people understand what certain items in the death certificate, and of course, the overall medical theme concerning Shanquella and what happened to her. And so, you got a big shout out. I told everybody to come and subscribe and hit the bell, and that you're on the case. And, I enjoyed talking with you.
Yeah. And you were brought up a lot of information. You shared the documents and you showed us how they were trying to play with our heads back then. And nothing's really changed. Like now they're coming out with more new lies or saying that the body was dressed and it was, found in different areas and that they put some biker shorts on her. I mean, all these horrific lies that were just, unbelievable, that somebody could have the mental fortitude to actually dress a deceased, paralyzed body that's, badly damaged like that. I'm just saying that takes a lot. It takes a lot of strength to be okay with moving somebody's contorted, broken up body to put clothes on them when they've already purchased their lie.
Right. Well, the best part about that? The best part about that is that what people do speaks so loud. What they say, we can hardly understand what they're talking about sometimes. And that was a part of the theme of my live tonight, and sharing with my audience that I have on my channel. Be careful where you're getting your information. There's a lot of it out there, and if they can't show you what they're talking about and be very specific about what they're saying about it, then guess what? It's just their opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's a lot of that in this case, unfortunately, but that's human nature.
Right,
It's human nature, So if they want to dress Shanquella up tonight in some shorts and
I
a
know.
t-shirt and they're going to do it. They're going to
Yeah.
do it, but if they can show you that someone has sent them photos,
Right.
give you some kind of a source as to where they got the photos from,
Exactly. And they're
and then can
discrepancy
show
now.
you in an intelligent way what the photos consist of, then okay, you got it. But the rest is conversation.
True.
you know, we can call the BS out there all day long.
Yes. Right. Well, that I'm excited that we're still moving along in the right direction, and that we are able to cut through the people that's trying to present us with this BS and staying focused on keeping the justice for Shanquella alive, so we can continue to do this. And I really respect the work that you're doing by making sure that you're not just getting justice for Shanquella, but you're keeping the names of these other victims around too that need justice also, and that we can
Absolutely.
spring from this platform of Shanquella, since it's out there, and by taking advantage of that, we'll be able to get justice for the other people, like the Kanika Jenkins. You do a lot of work on that case also.
Right. Well, I have no doubt about Shanquella's case being handled so far properly
Okay.
between the two sovereign countries. We got Mexico, we've got the United States. If we hadn't heard anything about the FBI being involved, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it would be one of those lost cause cases that would have gotten swept under the rug,
Yeah.
in and out, and then the next case comes up, and guess what? It disappears.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy and glad to know that here in the United States, the family was smart enough to get in contact with the FBI to let them know that the daughter was killed
Yeah.
in a foreign country. She is a U.S. citizen, and she does have independent civil rights that need to be protected.
Wow.
And this is where they come into play to say, hey, well, let's take a look at what you're talking about and see what's going on. So you have the video of the attack,
Yeah.
which is evidence. You've got the death certificate, in which lays out the cause of death. And then you have the body evidence of the reporter down there, Gerald, whatever his name is, sending out information based on this case that he's getting from independent sources that obviously he can't divulge,
Mm-hmm.
reveal, but we haven't had confirmation on anything here in the United States yet as
Right.
to a lot of what he's been putting out. So there's a time delay there.
Right.
Yeah.
And
But
my
it's still,
thing is, they were already, known to be fraudulent and corrupt. Why should we believe them now with all this new information when we have Geraldo on a video with the interpreter on a video saying that the maid found Shanquella in the room in the seated position on the floor, how we saw at the end of the video,
right.
nude, naked. And now all of a sudden she's found slumped over the commode with biker shorts on. Oh no, she's found in the living room next to a couch with some pink shorts on. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So why should we believe them?
Exactly. And like I said before, the proof is in the pudding.
Yes.
If you have the evidence of what you're talking about to show and share with people that can put 1+1 together and know it's going to be 2 all the
Exactly.
time,
Yes.
then do so. If you can't, then you don't have it.
Right. Yes, math
I
and
keep it simple. I'm old school.
Right.
I keep it simple,
That's
and a lot of people, and they underestimate sometimes. I believe that they try to underestimate their audience when they do those kinds of things,
Yeah.
to sensationalize something
Right.
more so, to exaggerate a little bit more
Yeah.
so.
And they're
Just,
exploiting everybody's fears and everybody's desire to want to see something happen and to find out. So they're just doing this. I think that's wrong to just exploit the people like that, by giving these false stories or saying, and tomorrow at 5, we're going to have the pictures. There's going to be proof. No, there's YouTubers out there saying this stuff. And
yeah,
I'm just torn between, like I don't even feel like I want to even acknowledge it by playing it too, I'm here because I really desire to build a community of people coming together to stand in agreement for justice for Shanquella, justice for femicide, justice for women, justice for Shanquella is what we here for. Not trying to get views and all that stuff. We want the views because we want to bring awareness, but I'm not going around saying, hey, yeah, we saw Bigfoot down there, and then everybody come over, oh no, it was,
right.
This ain't Clue.
Right. No, I agree. I agree. And the thing I do love about your channel is the fact that you're able to isolate certain content that is out there through other creators
Mm-hmm.
that hits far closer to the target of the facts and the truth than the BS. Like the gentleman that you had on just the other night, who talked about the timeline of Shanquella having that attack happen in the morning.
Uh-huh.
What did he do? He actually showed you what he did to determine it.
Yes.
Now, that's content creation right there.
Yes.
You see, and how he did it, how he calculated it, what the time factor was, everything. And this
Yeah.
is where people can dig into, you know,
True.
just to say it was 7 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
and not be able to, well, how did you get there?
Thank you. Thank you.
You
Thank
know,
you.
yeah. And the other videos that you've been sharing, you know, I think it was, I don't know if it was Miss Chronicles or something like that, Miss Chronicles Speaks or something, or
I haven't. I don't think I've shared any of her
the
videos.
one you shared last night. I think it was part 3 of a series that she did.
Oh, okay.
You shared with your crew along with I think it was Miss Hell of a Chick.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
hell
you
of a
shared
chick.
her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. Those are content creators. You know,
Yeah.
they are working and doing the research and putting it out there that tie in all the loose ends. There's no
Yeah.
more guesswork because you're looking right at it.
Right. Right.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
versus just someone having a conversation and trying to make you believe what
Yeah.
they're saying all the
Yeah.
time.
They want you to disbelieve your own eyes. You want me to disbelieve what I saw to believe what you're telling me, and you don't give any proof. You don't have any pictures. There's no video. You just want me to believe you. Who are you? Who are you?
Right, right. So yeah, so tonight I did in coming back, I did a 3 hour and 22-minute live
Wow. Okay.
under just those two names, Shanquella Robinson and Daniel Robinson. Went into some detail covering a little bit of, what I covered here on your channel pertaining to the death certificate
Mm-hmm.
and the anatomical body map where we can identify the cervical area, the
Would you
thoracic
mind
area.
to show that to our chat here really
Yeah,
quick?
I can do
Okay.
so if you still have time. If you
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I forgot I was sleepy.
All
I'm up.
right. Let me see which one I have here. Yeah, I was able to, walk people through the video. Actually, the still shots that I had on my StreamYard, and then walk people through the video in slow motion to actually show and share when the atlas luxation took place.
Okay, perfect.
And let me see if that's it. Because I remember the last time we covered this. I got so many tabs open from tonight's live. It's crazy.
I know the feeling.
And then I want to be able to show. Maybe I could show it this way without getting too graphic.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think I'm ready. So I'm going to share.
All righty.
My screen with you.
All right. There we go.
Okay. And I thank your audience for welcoming me.
Yeah, we know you over here.
Okay. Well,
Nice
I
you over here.
try to keep a warm seat in your audience too, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first I'm going to show you as best as possible. Now, remember, this is a screenshot.
Mhm.
Now, I know it's blurry and it's done for that effect because Shanquella is naked in the photograph. But here we have Denasia Jackson manipulating Shanquella in a headlock
Mm.
and getting ready to go from a 180-degree position from the right to the left. As you can see. Now this is a throw.
Wow.
And you can actually see Miss Jackson's hands where they're placed. And Shanquella's body, obviously, is over now to the left-hand side where the foot of the bed is. And this is a very powerful throw with just the head. Now you see Shanquella's body all the way over to the left at the foot of the bed. You can actually see her buttock area down below. And Denasia still has her head in a hold. And this is where the atlas luxation comes into place. So coming from the direct right all the way over to the left, or vice versa, from the left all the way to the right, and from the foot of the bed, is the actual neck rotation
Wow.
and throw.
Wow. Y'all see that?
We also have, and you can see the position of Shanquella's body,
Thank
how
you.
low it is.
Yep.
And she is at a 45-degree angle here from floor up. Her back is stemmed completely out.
Yep.
And this is a left kick by Dejanay. On top of all of the beating that she had performed before she threw her.
Yep. See that? Look at there, y'all. Y'all see it? Right there. Look at there. See that? You can't make that move. Look at there. See, that's her forcing her head off right there.
A direct attack to the back of the head.
Yep.
Once again, the head is at a 45-degree angle. It's almost like if her chin was pressed all the way to the chest plate or her sternum.
Yep. You cannot make this move
with both hands from a rear attack. And this is the beginning where they started. So here, having that kind of an impact on the body at the location Shanquella was attacked, this was all central nervous system attack, so to speak. CNS is central nervous system. The cerebrum, the cerebellum, the brainstem, and the spinal cord are all up in this area. And the atlas is this portion of the brainstem here, which is located at the base of the brainstem, which begins and ends from the brain to the spinal column here. So once this was dislocated, disconnected from the throw of well over 180 degrees. And for those that are in the chat, just as an illustration, I want you to take your head and I want you to look to the left as far as you can look right now. And feel the tension in your neck. That's how far your head can go to the left. Now do it also to the right. That's it. So you can actually feel that voluntary neck tension yourself. You can only go but so far with your own volition. Here we have someone turning Shanquella's neck far past the point where your neck stopped turning. So we've gone from 180 degrees well past 180 degrees just in a neck rotation. And so it's very easy for the small bones in the atlas and C2, which is the axis, to be dislocated and taken out of place. Once that happens, now you have what is called a central nervous system happen immediately, where the nerves are now affected by the disconnection between the brain and the body and the spinal stem. Throughout the body, everything begins to shut down. The central nervous system starts to shut down. The cranial nerve starts to shut down. Motor, everything. And once you get to that point, it's considered that Shanquella suffered what a quadriplegic would suffer in a head injury. And that is all of her systems being shut down from the back of her head all the way down to the tips of her toes. And this is not an immediate click off. This happens in a very fast pace. Down the body, down the arms, down the back, torso, buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, right to the feet. So when we see Shanquella in the sitting position as she was left in, she didn't move, because most people would get right back up so they're not attacked again. We didn't see Shanquella do that. She couldn't. Here in the cervical area is where the atlas is located. Here at the very top, the base of the head. This gold area right here, which would be the atlas. It's the very first bone that connects the spinal column directly to the brainstem. And it's between the first and second that gives you the motion that you just performed moments ago when I told you to look to the left, look to the right. And then when those bones lock, you can't move your neck anymore. This is what was dislocated, which was the atlas from C2. And this is the cervical area. It has 7 layers, 7 levels, 12 levels in the thoracic area, which was the top part of the shoulders in the back, all the way down to the midsection of the back. And then the lumbar area is where Shanquella had a back fracture, or her secondary injury happened here. So we have a spinal cord injury, which was one injury alone. And then we had the atlas luxation, which is the secondary injury or the main injury that killed her. And here you can see it clearly as to how very small these bones are. The atlas on top, the axis secondary on the bottom. Then you have the neck line, C3, C4, 5, 6, and 7. Goes to the thoracic, which will go down all 12 plates to the lumbar area. And this is the second injury where Shanquella suffered dislocation or a fracturing of her back when she was slammed to the floor. And this occurred from hitting the tailbone, which is this purple area down here. So many people that go roller skating or ice skating that will sometimes take a fall and land on their butt will experience some disorientation and some pain, especially if you land hard enough. Here, Shanquella, being about 100 to 125 pounds, give or take, more or less, was thrown to the ground or thrown to the floor. And this is a solid marble floor that had no more than possibly 1/8 of an inch carpet underneath, running alongside where the foot of the bed is. So when she landed on this very small bone, her tailbone, that vibrated and fractured up into the lumbar area. Lower back, or the small part of the back, was affected here, possibly at level 2 or 3. Then she was bent over at the same time in a 45-degree angle. So now you've got not distension, but extension of that area as well, as we saw in the picture, as well as the atlas luxation up top. So she suffered 2 very critical and severe injuries in just that one move, which only took a couple of seconds for it to happen. And so that's what I talked a little bit about tonight. Went into some details as to the upcoming autopsy, what it should show from the physical autopsy.
Oh, there's an upcoming autopsy?
There should be one coming. It was stated that the FBI did request one.
Okay.
And once I believe the family wants to release that information, I guess, to us in regards to sharing that information, then we can take a look at the pathological findings, because I believe that there was a hell of a lot more injuries on Shanquella than just those 2 that were contributing factors. One being the knot on her head, possibly from the kick on the left side.
Yeah.
The bloodshot eye indicates hemorrhaging. So she's got internal bleeding on the left-hand side, possibly from that devastating kick she took that threw her head from the left over to the right. So now you've got a retwisting of something that was already twisted on the throw.
Wow.
So
that really helped. That shined a lot of light on it. You know I could see it, but I'm really grateful how you were able to explain it to, make sense to everybody.
All right, well, I've got several family members that are in sports medicine. And I have also at one time had a back injury. And I know a good number of things regarding the spinal cord, spinal column, the vertebrae, how they operate, how they work, and how delicate they are.
Yes.
Even a person in a car, seat belted up, gets hit from behind in the car, but yet the body is impacted in a way to where if you get whiplash, you can also suffer from an atlas luxation if you're hit hard enough.
That's true. That is true.
So even if in a whiplash situation where one gets an injury to the neck, could cause a paralysis in various parts of the body just from an accident like that, depending on the severity of the impact.
Right.
Yeah. So just think of it, folks can think of it like that.
True. Yeah. Now, what did you think? Someone says here, Dejanay is a trained killer. She threw Quilla's body. Quilla forward momentum is when Dejanay twisted her neck and separated her upper spine and decapitated Quilla's head. It appeared to me that Dejanay was in a fighting stance, when she was attacking her neck, when she slung her over.
Yeah, they were in close quarters, and it was almost like a wrestling type of hold.
Okay. Yeah.
What you would normally see in wrestling when they grab the guy by the head and then they twist him around and all that. Well, now you're talking about a female who's about 100 pounds and in an area that's no bigger than about maybe 2 inches or 1.5 to 2 inches wide, and possibly even 1 inch in a centimeter, being thrown from that small area. Even though the head is bigger than that area, but that's what she was thrown with.
Yeah.
Where her body weight was the part of the situation where gravity took over. Her body went flying because the head is going to follow the body.
Yeah.
So when you see that motion going from the left to the right, that's 180 degrees from your left foot to your right foot on the side of your foot, blade to blade, blade of the foot. So if you think of it like that, that's an incredible throw.
Wow. Yeah.
It's done with a very sensitive part of the body, which can only hold but so much.
Yeah.
I mean, just turning your head just moments ago to the left and right, you could feel how much pressure and tension.
That's it.
Yeah. That's
even
it.
This right there.
Yeah.
Just when I can see the positions of the body, I'm like, those are the injuries right there, y'all. That's it. You can't do your head that way, and your back cannot. You can't do that. This is wrong. This is injured right there.
Yeah.
Right there, yes.
And for Nancy Grace, and I appreciate her having a crime stories talk show, was able to get a hold of this story and do 2 good pieces on it with a great panel.
Yeah.
Only crystallizes the true facts. You had a doctor on there that crystallized the atlas luxation, which was very important.
Yep.
You had someone from the AOI, Office of International Affairs, also working in the government Department of Justice, talk about the extradition process, which does take some time, because we're talking about one country handing over a citizen of that country over to another country in which that citizen caused the crime of the femicide/homicide here in the United States.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So now we've got to do paperwork. I said, well, we'll turn her over. Here's the United States saying, we'll turn her over. You send us the paperwork, show us the probable cause, the proof. And if everything falls in line and you've got a case, we'll go and pick her up and get her to come over here, identify herself. Once she does, as she's on an Airbus to Mexico. Period. Now, if there are subpoenas attached to this warrant, which calls for Malik Dyer, Winter Donovan, Khalil Cook, Nazir Wiggins, or any of the Cabo Six that's attached to that warrant, they're going too.
Wow.
Because they were there. There's not only witnesses to the event, but also there supporting the event.
Hmm.
And the evidence of that is in them video recording the event
Yes.
itself.
Good. All
We not
right.
only have one phone from Malik Dyer from the video piece that, we saw,
Right.
we also have either Elisa Hyatt or Winter Donovan over to the right with her phone
Yes.
recording that event. So the second video theory is actually true, but we haven't seen anything from it yet. But if the Mexican government does their due diligence, as well as the FBI here in the United States, and does digital forensics after this warrant has been served properly, then they'll get all that information.
Okay.
They'll get all that information. But yes, extradition does take some time because we're not, like I said, we're not talking about a crime that happened across the street, down the road, in another state, where they would have been got a long time ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially since, it's all on the video and everybody knows exactly. We just have to be patient. And just wait for our justice. I have dropped the link to John's channel in the chat. Y'all go please check him out. It's got some great information. Y'all saw what he just did for us here. And, if you go back and look on the other videos that I've done here, he's been up here and he always comes and brings great information, great visuals. And that was excellent. And you got anything else?
Yeah, it's the most important because it's the cause of death.
Yeah.
So now that we know what the cause of death is, now you've got to link all the other parts to it because it just didn't happen by itself. It happened within 24 hours after them landing. It appeared on video that they were all having a good time, having good dinner, until one video really began to make things look stranger than they appeared to be, which was Shanquella looking for the group in the villa by herself.
Yeah.
And of course, the video that Khalil Cook took of Shanquella in the hammock.
Yes. Yeah, we were all thinking that it sounded like it was part of a plan, like, they were doing some type of ritual and,
It would appear so.
Yeah.
But even though it could possibly not, these were just situations and circumstances possibly that had occurred, but led to a very, very negative outcome. But that is the same evidence that will be used against Dejanay Jackson, number one. And like I said, if the arrest warrant has subpoenas attached to them, which will encompass the other 5, you got lock, stock, and barrel, because each one of them now has to tell the story as to what happened. And each one will be held accountable and culpable for the actions and the inactions that occurred during the time that the maid found Shanquella unresponsive and cold until the time they pronounced her dead at 5:57 p.m. Because all of that now has to play into this whole factor. Did the doctor lie? Did she omit information in order to cover this up? That's got to come out. What did the emergency people do during the time they were there? Why was the doctor there for an hour before anything was done and Shanquella went into convulsions? If she did. Why would a doctor try to insert an IV in someone who's not responsive?
Exactly.
You see, so there's a lot of questions there, and I'm sure that the Mexican government wants to know, as well as our FBI, because it's sitting on their table too.
Okay.
And
What,
the best,
what do
well,
you think about us trying to hope that we can get some, get them for breaking laws here? Because we weren't really, at least I'm not very confident that Mexico is going to do anything since they have their own issues with femicide in their own country and they're not doing anything about it. They say that like 97% of the people aren't even prosecuted or held responsible or questioned about, you know, unaliving women over there.
this where it becomes a double-edged sword. If Mexico fails in their attempt to do what they set out to do in
Right.
terms of extradition, then the FBI can come around and press their own charges for the murder of a United States citizen in a foreign country.
Okay. Okay.
See, so there's a back door here. They are in a box. It's damned if you do, and damned if you don't.
Oh,
If it
okay.
happens, and it happens in Mexico as it should, then it'll be done the way it's supposed to. If it doesn't happen in Mexico, it will be done here because the United States is missing a United States citizen that was murdered in a foreign country with witnesses and videotape and evidence to prove it. And I'm sure the family is going to continue
Yeah.
to put pressure on the FBI to see to it that if it doesn't cut one way,
Right.
it's going to cut the other.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me feel good. That's what I have been, kind of encouraging us to feel that way too. That way, for sure we know we'll be more likely to get justice here than in Mexico. In case,
Right. The justice here,
they let them
will
go.
Yeah, they will be put through a process though, because they will scrutinize. You're talking about federal crime. This is a federal crime. This is not just a state or local crime. It's a federal crime. And these federal crimes hold far more weight than state and local crimes do.
Okay.
Where, local crimes, if you get busted for, a bag of weed or something like that, you're out in a couple of hours,
Okay.
you know, but here, they will be put through the gauntlet, because it is federal. You get the FBI involved, Department of Justice, it's federal, and these people don't play. And they could end up in federal prison because of what happened and what they allowed to happen. That's the key.
Okay, good. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah. So I tell people, be patient. It is a time process because the United States is allowing Mexico to go first in their prosecution if they can do it.
Okay.
If they can do it. If they can't do it, then it will be done here in the United States.
All right. So then we just waiting on Mexico. They should just throw the towel and say we can't do it, and then just let us go and get this done.
Right. And
we're ready for swift justice.
And the reason I say that is simple. Shanquella has civil rights, civil protected rights as an individual citizen of the United States, as we all do. And when those rights are violated, especially in another country, yes, there are going to be federal charges that are going to be imposed. And just like in the Breonna Taylor case, you had police officers out of Memphis falsify a warrant to go into her house and take whatever the warrant stated that was in the house that they wanted to confiscate. But it was a falsified warrant that was signed off by a judge. And when they went in there, they didn't go in there and capture what they wanted. They killed her. Only because her boyfriend, I think his name is Kenneth Walker, her boyfriend shot at the door thinking that someone was there to break into the house.
Got you.
And the police unloaded and fired more than 30 some odd rounds into the apartment. And some of those bullets went into the walls of the neighbors and everything else. So they endangered, they endangered other people during that time. So federal charges were now brought up against them from the Attorney General's office out of the Department of Justice here in the United States against the 4 police officers that served that falsified warrant,
Wow.
knowing it was false. And now they've got one police officer, which is a female officer that was involved, that's going to
Scapegoat.
testify against the
Oh.
others.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah. So when it's federal, they mean business.
Yeah.
Mean business. You know, and the only
Urgent
reason why they
federal crime means more time.
yeah. And the only reason why is because they had a judge involved. And the judge believed them and signed off on something that was false.
Mm.
You think the judge was going to sit up there and say, well, yeah, I signed it. You know, it puts the judge in a compromising
Right.
position.
Yeah. That's why I was feeling like it wasn't a doctor who wrote that, because that would put the doctor in a compromising position to say that they were there treating on the scene for over an hour.
Right. Right. Because all the police did at the apartment was just bang on the door. They never announced themselves. They never identified who they were. They were going in stealth mode, thinking that they were going to, you know, find drugs or these packages that they went there to get. And they weren't even there.
Wow.
They weren't even there. So, yeah, when you have the feds involved in a case, so, well, this is different because we're dealing with a case that is involving a foreign country, Mexico. You know, so we have to let all of the bureaucracy, the legal bureaucracy, you know, that stuff called paperwork, and people just sign off and approve and, you know, get their ducks in a row and then send it to us for us to approve once we approve it. And then they can go ahead and serve U.S. warrants to go and pick them up, get them ID'd, and then Airbus them down. And that's a wrap.
Enough. Okay. Do you have a time frame that you think maybe this could, the window for this?
I did mention last night in your chat that, you know, from them looking into this starting in the month of November, I believe it was the 24th, is when the feds got involved, waiting for Mexico to send the extradition papers up for the AG here to review and pass or play. We could be hearing something no sooner than next month.
Okay.
So that's right around the corner because we only have a week left of this month.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I've got my prayers and my fingers crossed that this information comes through, because once it does, then we're going to see this case heat up again. Okay.
Good. We ready. We are definitely ready.
I know you are. I know you are. You know, but I enjoy so much coming to speak with you and to share, you know, with your audience.
Thank you for coming back. I sure appreciate it. We do. We love you here in the chat and appreciate, you know, the updates, and you being so thorough with your, you know, what you're telling us here. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and you know, the old saying is, you know, one step at a time. If you do it right, you only get to do it once. You only get to do it once.
Yeah.
So the best thing about that is to do it right if you do it once. If you don't do it right, you got to try to do it again, and then again, and then again.
Yeah.
After a while, you lose your options.
That's true. Start running out. Start running out.
Absolutely. But thank you so much for having me back.
You're welcome.
I look forward to seeing you on my channel when I light up.
Yes.
On my side.
Yeah. Let me know what's going on. I definitely would love to come participate on your channel.
Yeah. Okay.
When's the next time you're going live? What's your schedule like?
Ooh, well, I did a live tonight, and I'm looking to come back possibly maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, give or take. Okay. I don't do lives every day. I can't do it, you know, because of my schedule. But whenever I can, just people, if you know, they get the notification that John Q has gone live, because when I go live, I have something to say. If I don't go live, I don't have anything to say. I'm in somebody else's chat.
Okay, perfect. You know? Perfect. Yes, we'll definitely be over there and check you out. All right, y'all put John in the chat, John Q in the chat, and I've dropped that link again. Please go over there and check out his channel, y'all. And thanks again, John. Anytime, you are very welcome back here.
Well, definitely. And likewise. Love to have you out for dinner on my channel.
Okay, yeah. Where are you at?
We'll do a table talk. I do.
Okay, we can have a
table talk
virtual meal.
series.
Will wine be included?
We do a table talk series where I will invite a content creator who's doing great content over to my channel, and we'll have a sit down conversation about how you started your channel, why you started your channel, what you hope to accomplish, and some of the things that you're finding very interesting in the content that you're providing your people.
Okay.
That's what we do.
All right. I'd love to. I'd love to. And then I'll
All
invite
right.
the chat. Y'all come over there and watch and watch us enjoy our table talk.
Yeah, it's called Table Talk. Yep.
All right. Cool.
All right, Miss Natural Beauty, you take
All
care.
right. Thank you. See you
Stay
soon.
blessed and be well with Godspeed.
All right. Bye-bye. Excellent. All right, cool. So we have us another guest is our returning guest. Third time we've had John up here, and each time is better than the last time. So, hey, Mrs. Matthew. Mrs. Matthew says in the book Once a Copy by Corey P., he shared how they in New York City bust in a lady's apartment. She was on her couch relaxing, just got in from work. It shocked her so bad she got a heart attack. Oh, yeah. And then there was a case, I think, Dean, I can't remember his name, but a white officer who shot a black woman inside of her house, shot her and unalived her. But they did find him guilty. And so, yeah, it's super sad. It's like, these policemen, it's getting out of hand. Mrs. Matthews says, we're at the wrong apartment. She passed. They got away with it. Wow. Citing a mistake. Yeah. Super sad. I guess the extradition treaty is based on someone's socioeconomic status. Is that how that goes? So sad. Never bitter, always better. Two can play that game. Hello. Welcome to the chat here. And Raspberry says, thank you. Appreciate y'all. Kendo says, I just watched the video again. That is not blurry, and I understand what both speakers are saying. However, I do see what other viewers were saying. However, please keep in mind the video stopped. Yes, thank you, Kendall. Thank you, John Q. Very insightful. Yes, very insightful. Thank you, Mona D. Says, please remember to like the video. There's 455 people and only 217 likes. Yes, y'all in here. Let's see here. Misty Haynes, all right, another new name. Said, I feel if Dejanay is prosecuted in the U.S., she will only be convicted of manslaughter. Well, we definitely don't want that. Yeah. Jinju says, jealousy and envy are the devil's favorite things to release unto others. Sure is. And a lot of times people easily fall for it too. Courtney says, okay, get the likes up. Thank you so much. And salute to John Q. Thank you, John Q. We really appreciate every time you come up here. 8-ball corner pocket. Thanks again, John Q. All right. That's right. Hope it's a long table. All right. Thank you, brother. God bless you. Yes. All right. I didn't see both hands move, but I think I can see her left hand near her face. Her leg never moved. Exactly. That inside jealousy is the most vicious jealousy. Yes, because they're very secretive about it. Let's see. I know that this may not be important to the case, but I still say that Shanquella was not nude. No one can make me think differently on that part. Don't do it, RN, at his house. No, I think it's going to be virtual. I think he says virtual dinner date with RN. No, it's a virtual something. Stop him, Mac. Oh, you are too funny. Stop it. Q better got some, what's that? Casamingo. I don't even know what that is. I'm sleepy, y'all. So I'm about to try to finish up these comments so I can go to sleep. Sounds great. Nursing channels are awesome. Not an easy degree to get. I know. It was my first major. I changed to fine arts. Yeah. And it's a lot of, mean-spirited people in nursing too. Those teachers, some of them, and a lot of cattiness too up in there too. So. Yeah. In Texas, yeah, that's the case. Horrible. Oh, here go a new name. 40 Boom. AI, how are you? We doing good up in here. We doing good. And see here, brown sugar. I watched the video 6 times, and all 5 times I feel like I keep seeing more things. Hopefully Mexico and the FBI can see more of this video. John Q, check your email, please. All right, let's see here. Correct. I think the autopsy definitely will tell us more. Yeah. Misty Hayes, I said the same thing. All of them would get less time in states than in Mexico. Okay, y'all. All right. Y'all might be right. I don't know. It seems like they be giving people, 100-some years. That dude, Darrell Brooks, he got like almost 1,000 years. Like, U.S. be giving out some long time, y'all. They be sticking people with them long time. All right. Let's see. Jinju says, if people in your circle have less than you, aka broke bums, it's dangerous. That is so true. That's why I don't have no broke people around me. Only people doing better than me or same level. Broke people are wild. Yes. If someone's not doing better than you, then you don't need to be listening to them either. Dejanay need to be extradited to Mexico so she can know how cold Cohen tortillas with peppers taste. John Q, amen. I have 5 herniated discs from a car accident. Misty says, I am a newbie. I just subscribe because I don't do trash content. Don't tell me what I want to hear. I want the truth. Justice for Shanquella. Thank you. That's what we're about over here. Truth, math, and science. If it don't add up and it's not science, we don't do it. We don't believe it. We don't agree with delusional thinking. None of that stuff. Don't do it over here. I got your email. Okay, so y'all doing something there. Kendall, you never know what you see in that video until you take the time to thoroughly watch it. Yeah. Once you figure out who don't deserve to sit at your table, all meals will be extra and more appetizing. True. All right. Seemingly to mainly one race, Bailey Sarin did a video on private prisons when she said they were in there for existing. I cried. Russell Simmons and Dr. B were trying to fix the RICO. Okay. And on that note, y'all, I'm running out of steam. So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. All of the new subscribers. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. And I will see y'all on another video tomorrow. Same bat time. Probably be a little bit earlier. Same bat time, same bat channel. See y'all tomorrow. Peace and love. And all